Hey, welcome back. It's Midfield Grid. That's a standard opening, right? How's everyone doing? Welcome. It is January the 30th. I thought it was the ultimate day of January 2020. It's the penultimate. That should be really important. How's everyone doing? It's a Thursday. My energy is really weird. I'll be honest. I'm like pretty tired. It's the end of a long day. And my eyes, like literally my eyes hurt. I think it's because I'm wearing contacts and I shouldn't be. But hey, we can fix that at some point. How's everyone doing? Welcome everyone to Tutso. What up? Thomas, hey buddy, been a while since I could make you love to get a game in at some point. Hell yeah. Let's try and do that. That'd be cool. How y'all doing? Maddie, oh hey Maddie. How's it going? Hey Nanako. I don't know if I've relayed this anecdote. So Maddie watches my stream with her cat Nanako, and apparently Nanako like kind of digs watching me stream. Nanako and I get friends, and Nanako at some point had to move. It was at Maddie's mother's place for like a month because we went off to Slovenia, we went off to Burlington, and for a while, and so Nanako needed to go somewhere. So Nanako went to live at Maddie's mother, and Maddie's mom would put on the stream just so Nanako, the cat, could watch me. So whenever you see those viewership numbers and you think, wow, those are all paid bots, at least one of them sometimes is just a cat. How's everyone doing? Baza, what's up? Janktimus, what's good? Happy Thursday, my dude. Yo, happy Thursday, my dude, as well. Welcome. Yo, Cody, how's it going? It's been a bit, hasn't it? Welcome. Rob, hey, bud. Be sure we invented better contacts before we invented contacts. They sit in your nose. Yo, I know what you mean with those ones, but those are external contacts, and they're affected by things like wind and weather. And like, no joke, wearing glasses in the winter, kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know if y'all feel this like pretty inconsequential pain and trouble that I'm talking about right now. When you go from a hot place to a cold place with glasses, and then you're literally blind for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's an over-exaggeration. It feels like that. Steven, what's up? Whitest cat viewer, nice. Yo, it's a good cat viewer too. It really is. How's it going, Whitest? Maddie says she loves it. Okay, yeah, I know she does. Yo, Jester, what's up? Sad's all the more reason to move to Toronto? What? That doesn't make any sense. You guys have winter there too. I've been to Toronto. I know Toronto. Maybe I'm missing something. How's it going, Baza? Everything about getting your eyes lasered? I highly recommend it. You know what? I've considered it. I'm like pretty scared about doing necessary surgery, just because when they do eye surgery, these laser things, like firstly, you have to go to your optometrist and they have to basically tell you whether or not this is something that they think is okay for you. I classically have had problems with my eyes. I don't use like regular people that do contact lenses. They just put like saline solution contacts in that little case. You know the one. I do like this really scary thing that looks like a torture device where I put my contacts in it and it is like a weak hydrochloric acid. No, that's not right. Hydrogen peroxide. And then it has a reaction with some piece of metal at the bottom and it disinfects it. Like I need that because my eyes are weird. And the doctor said I could maybe laser my eyes because my retinas or cornea I think it is thick enough. But like some of the side effects are like some people just have chronic dry eye. You have problem during surgeries. You have to smell your eye burning. There's like a lot of really petty things. It's also expensive. I don't know. I think glasses are cool and I like that I have the choice. Hydrochloric acid, yeah, that's kind of a problem. It's definitely not that. Yo, what up, Wayne? I can confirm I'm a robot, but I'm not being paid. We need to get this settled on, Jay. Yo, I was talking about that recently. I'll be like frankly honest. We've been running this show now for a couple of years, and it's become just like really expensive on the basis that I don't think y'all know that is like every week I have to spend about 20 to 40 Canadian dollars paying people to get onto gentechie.net to throw games against me. And like it was a cool idea at first. It's like I need to look good, but like this we haven't stopped. It's been years, and honestly, I like skip 2 lunches every week just to make. How are things in M-Town? Things are good. It's cold. It's kind of warming up. No, it's fine. It's been largely fine. It's pretty fine. Yo, Patrick, what's up? Love catching these live. Any more Builder Nations this week? Definitely not. 3 weeks from now, maybe. We'll see. It'll take a while. Yo, Jeff, I have the chronic dry eye, but 2020 for 10 years. Oh, fuck, you got it. You got lasered with the dry eye into you. You think it was a good trade? Is that a good trade? I'm always like fearful of those monkey paw type situations where it's like, oh yeah, you have perfect vision, but also you can see your death. Yo, Jeremy, what's up? Did you find your keys? Super easy for most people, and then you're free. Just wanted to declare that I backed Oath on Kickstarter and I'm super excited about it. That's all. Yo, Janktivist, I don't know if you've seen. I'm pretty sure it's actually an official copy that Leader Games made, but you can get Oath as a mod on Tabletop Simulator, and they're using it to like just beta the thing, which is fucking rad. You can play Oath and then give them the feedback, and then I'm assuming they'll incorporate the feedback. I think that's pretty wild. Yo, Apathy, what's up? It's going. It's definitely going. We're in for an evening. This is a bit of a looser stream. Yo, really cool talk. I think I have like a legitimate good deck idea. TM. And I'm not going to do it tonight for some reason. I'm going to film a video on the weekend so I can give it a bit of a better treatment. I'm assuming this deck, if there's no video, it means the deck was shit. But we're going to be doing that, and then there'll be a video coming out, which is something I haven't done in a while, since like last year, and maybe I'm excited to do it. Today we're going to play around. We got a deck list of the week, which is honestly like, it's an Argus deck, and I don't have anything else to say besides it's an Argus deck. I opened up a bunch of Argus decks to show you kind of like how homogenous this archetype has been for a while, and this one at least plays Winchester, which is a card we've never played. So we're going to try that out for sure. I found him the next day. Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, you're back in. Yo, Sade, what's up? Have fun, yo. Enjoy some games. Don't play Sunny. Why? Why not? I kind of wanted to, always. It's been a while. I haven't played, like, new Uprising Sunny. Hey, man, much love is the kind of creation you do, but thank you, Thomas. That's very kind. I guess my man. Let's do some Prana Condenser. So, oh, no, that's not the card I was thinking of. In our Montreal Netrunner Slack, we have a bot that Remy put together. It's actually like Stim Body, which is from the Stim Hack Slack. And here, let me open another thing. And it has a card of the day. So there's sometimes like a small conversation. Sometimes it's Remy just saying it's a good card, and then there's no conversation. But we were talking about this card that came up, API S-Keeper Isabel, who's meant to be like an apiary. And we're talking about how you can play this with like wall-to-wall or Kayambe Grid and make the ultimate daily quest. Anyways, we're not doing that tonight, but that's fun, isn't it? It says fuck Sonny, boring NP, boo. Holy shit, that was rough. Am I the only player that likes Authenticated in Argus? Yo, Steven, I don't know if I've said hi. That's the one where it's either 2 credits or a tag. The runner encounters the paid tag to bypass it. The corp gains 2 credits and the run. Interesting. No, I don't know. Maybe you. It seems like you are, but I can see why it's it. Seen a lot of Sunny going around and I approve. Oh, fuck. Hold on. What is this Oath? Yo, what's up, Philip? Oath is like the new game from Cole Worley, the dude who is largely celebrated for making Root and then all the other Root stuff. There's a thing, Champion Stream Professionals Only. Tokens, what's up? Kinchin, is that the guy that made Root? Yes, it is. And it's also, I think, somewhat more importantly, it's the same illustrator that illustrated Root. And let me tell you, that person, whatever they draw, I'm in. I'm like so in. I fucking love that art. I've heard not the best things about, what are they called? I feel like it's calling it Crystal Caverns. Vast? I think it's called Vast. I don't know. Has anyone played Vast? What's up? Free Lunch's GameNet is legit. Why did that get tagged? Thomas, your comment, Free Lunch and GameNet is legit, got like flagged by YouTube censors. Yeah, we might try that. I think GameNet's like really strange, and we're gonna try a couple things, but I think we're just gonna jam this Argus deck. Jeremy says I like Vast. Alex says it's gank time. Yo, Alex, that is a big part of the deck that we're gonna be building the deck on the weekend and putting a video out. It's a gank deck, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I've played Vast too. People like Vast. I'm not surprised that people here like Vast, considering Vast is like an asymmetrical game. And that's a big deal. Oh, actually, talking about asymmetrical games, this is actually maybe not asymmetrical. I had the pleasure of being over at Pat's. Pat will be here next week, by the way. I had the pleasure. Pat made me dinner, and we hung out last week. And I played Marvel Champions for the first time. And I kind of just wanted to talk about maybe this is all happening because it's an Argus deck list, and I think all the Argus deck lists are the same. I played Marvel Champions for the first time, and I like spent a long time thinking about it. Even like last night, I downloaded some illegal, I assume, mod on Tabletop Simulator and played like a bunch on my own and did like Claw and Rhino on my own. And then like shut up and sit down, put out the review for it like the day prior, or if not that day. And oh man, I could talk about that at length. I really could. I don't know if y'all are into this Marvel Champions thing. I don't think I am. It's weird. Speaking of asymmetric games, have you heard of Netrunner? Yo, Netrunner is an asymmetric cyberpunk card game. I think the word legit is probably on the filter list. It probably is. I've heard good things about Marvel Champions. Do it. Fuck, we can't do it at the top. Maybe we'll do it later. Well, like the 10 to 1, where it becomes like a half an hour show where we talk about the design of Marvel Champions. Also, is Marvel Champions has Michael Boggs, right? I'm for some reason don't think Michael Boggs is the right name. It is Michael Boggs, right? I'm just gonna say Boggs because I'm not confident about the first name. Oh, yo, also, I checked on Chrome. My JNet is fucked on Chrome too. Like, I can't edit decks. It's not just Firefox. Stop the Huns, I guess. Shout out to Hungarian Nationals, which was this weekend, I believe. No, sorry, prior weekend. Hungary is next to Slovenia, which means it's probably a pretty cool place. I've actually never been. Cool. So this is a deck list from Argus, and it is like, you know, Argus deck lists have largely been the same thing for a while. You don't see too much very different. I think this deck list might actually have fewer ice, like maybe one fewer ice. Actually, I don't think that's the case. I just want to show you what this is. So there's basically like 4 cards that rotate in these Argus deck lists that people have been playing competitively for a while. All the operations, they're the same. All the assets, they're the same. This agenda, Armed Intimidation, that 4-2 is a bit flexible. Some people play Oaktown Renovation that's an agenda, but it makes me money. I think Armed Intimidation is a cool card, and I've like legitimately died to it. I think you want to do Install Advance Advance, and then you want to do Advance Advance, and if they take the tags, hopefully you kill them with a high profile target. Otherwise, them discarding the whole hand is actually like still really good. A lot of times the tags can just mean you trash like a turning wheel or something, and then they still have to clear the tag. Like, it's not bad. And then it's just basically the what's it called? These that rotate. So this deck adds Spiderweb, which is not a very common card modernly. It is in the system core. I honestly don't know how this card stacks up. It doesn't have a face check penalty, which means I'm not excited to play it when this could be a Whoredom. Whether it's harder to break barriers than code gates, it might be. I don't honestly know. This deck also doesn't run any Whoredoms, and it runs a single Afshar. And speaking of HQ Ice with the Afshar, instead we have Winchester, which is an ice I've never played so far. And it has a bunch of traces on it, and it's pretty good on HQ, and it's fine on a remote. I'm not too excited to play this sort of card in a deck that actually can get some bad publicity. We have 3 hostile takeovers. Just because bad publicity with hostile and too big to fail means the traces get a bit easier to deal with. Now that's true about any ice, like breaking any ice is easy when you have bad pub, but specifically traces you can sometimes like deal with when you don't have breakers, and that makes them a lot worse. If you want to compare this, I opened up a bunch of other like competitive Wayland lists as of recently. You notice like this is almost directly the same with 17 operations, but I think this one has a fast track and like less IPOs. But this one has an Archer, has Whoredoms, and a single Tithonium, and I think Tithonium's a hell of a card. We're going on the Oaktown list here. This is the one that did good at the German Nationals. It has 2 Surveyor, and let me tell you, I think Surveyor is a hell of a card. It gives you the ability to jam a nice remote into the mid to late game and actually build something kind of glaciary, which is interesting for a deck like this. And it has 17 of the same operations, I think. And then finally, we have the one that won Canadian Nats, which has Veritas instead, which I think I'd rather have this be Surveyor. And it runs 3 Armed Intimidation. It's not running Global Food, and then it runs a self-growth program. But this largely only exists because what's her name? Liza was something you had to deal with, but like they're all pretty similar and they're probably pretty good. Let me catch up a bit on chat. Talk for a while. Snoop Boggy Bogs. Oh, fantastic. I've seen Cormoran stream it a lot and I'm kind of curious about it. I'm looking forward to scratch my card game itch that is in Netrunner. That was like a lot of the conversation that I think actually Shut Up and Sit Down got some flack from it because I don't think it's something that people wanted to hear. But Shut Up and Sit Down, but the thing is with the game, it's kind of similar to Arkham Horror and it borrows elements from it for sure. It's different in some very important ways, and I think a lot of the conversation people are having is whether they prefer those different ways or not. I prefer the Arkham Horror ways, largely. So, it is what it is. Boomerang Tech? Well, what would be Boomerang Tech? Specifically, Winchester, because there's 3 subs. The art and design for Root stunning. The art for Root is just like, on its own would it sell me. I saw Shut Up and Sit Down did a video about Marvel Champions. That's the one. Never know, I've heard good things about the game. Ooh, excuse me, YouTube chat. There's an Audacity with my face on it. Wait, what? If you click on it and press tab, then enter, you should be able to edit the deck and change the name. Oh, for real? Oh, that'd actually be helpful. So it just cycles through like the options of things we can hit enter on. Spiderweb taxes Turtle $3, Crota $3, Angolo $5. I don't play against a lot of Angolo, but I could see it being a tax. Spiderweb back in the day was actually a pretty well played card because a lot of people were on Lady, and Spider-Man was that elegance where it seemed to be abstractly as taxing as something like a Bastion, but it took 2 tokens. It used half your Lady. Lady tokens really don't exist anymore. I believe Lady rotated, if I'm not mistaken. So it's largely down to, like, I don't know, higher strength, multiple subs. I see the Amakua thing. Yo, Thanos, what's up? I think your Jaina interfaces for deck list is hiding the menu because your bird repeat title deck was too long. Doesn't wrap it. Holy fuck. I think you're totally right. Oh shit. Okay, so the idea is that we wrote some stupidly long names, which was this one. And this one is breaking my interface. Okay, this is progress. This is progress. I think we have, how many tabs do I have to hit before delete comes up? Okay, maybe I might just rechange the name, but then how do I save? Short name. You're totally right about this. Okay, how many tabs? Fuck, someone joined the game. How many tabs do I have to do before I can save? We need help. We'll come back to this. Someone joined the lobby, but you're onto something, and I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need help. What fucking bird deck it is? It was a deck that came out at the same time. What's it called? Cyber Trooper came up. Spiderweb, but I guess when Spiderweb, yeah, I guess it is kind of cool against Boomerang. All right, we're against Hoshiko. Hoshiko doesn't really mean anything to me besides abstractly economy. We have 2 ice. We have a Prysec, which is kind of fun when they hit early. I love Prysec. There's a Wayland upgrade that nobody plays that I'm kind of trying to want to figure out how to put into a deck that says when they trash a card in this remote, pay 1 to give them a tag. I think it's super sweet. This can's good enough. It has, I was going to say it has no economy. Obviously that's wrong, but I don't want to give them bad pub off the top. Okay, let's do this. You probably just edited the DOM node so the name is shorter. I don't know what that means. I usually watch VODs but caught you live today. Hey, glad you can make it. Okay, opening hand, we do have the Atlas that we actually want to consider jamming. How is Hoshiko going to get through a Spiderweb? There's a couple options. One of them is Paperclip if it's restricted. Otherwise, they would need Yusuf or they would need Corroder, which is kind of hard to do. I think we might want to set up for the jam. I'm going to protect HQ. Actually, this is usually better on a remote, and it's easier for us to res on a remote. This is better against an Apocalypse deck, which I'm not actually convinced Hoshiko could do, and I just don't want it too big to fail turn 1. I think we actually just click for a credit here, and the next turn we can do install, advance. Hopefully we draw some money. It means right click on the name, click inspect, right click the highlight HTML tag, and choose edit as HTML, but it's not going to permanently edit it. Consider invading you next time to test my newest version Chameleon deck. Yo, I'm a big fan of Chameleon. Say it. I'd be down to play that. Say it. Also, I don't know if you're cool with this. I think it's Justin. I feel like Justin's correct. Okay, so they have a Gachapon, which could be access to a lot of breakers. There's also a big chance that this is just the sort of chisel spam that this deck is pretty good at, like Ice Destruction. Now, Border Control is really weak to chisel spam, so I think we're just going to score this out and hopefully it gives us a bit more options. Yep, Justin's correct. Oh, fuck yeah. Yo, we played, like, I remember playing at King of Servers, like, many years ago, and you played a cool Satyr deck. If you refresh your browser, it'll be back to normal, okay. Also, you tend to say the scroll ends up not working sometimes, but I believe it's intended. I have a question. Does Mumbai Grid stop chisel? I don't think chisel's a paid ability. Generally, paid abilities are like bold text : I have to read the cards, obviously, I'm guessing at this point, but I would assume it doesn't. All right, so this can at least be annoying. Like if they run at this point and chisel, they're going to be in a bad spot. Now they do have liberated. So the question is, we could get an Atlas with a token, which is ultimately way better, or just we could do like Prysec Atlas. That was a highlight of my KOS pass. How did that one do? To keep auto scrolling, you need to scroll to the bottom. Yeah, I think they fixed that a while ago. That's been actually working pretty well. That's not nice. Okay, we're gonna fix the deck builder for sure. All right, they're not being very aggressive, and that's kind of the thing with Argus decks is you have to respect cards like Hard-Hitting News, Economic Warfare, stuff like that. So going a bit slow at the beginning, considering, hey, we have all that stuff, is actually a very big deal. Now, we don't have the kill. Like, we need to find a way to get high-profile target, and we do have Consulting Visit that can get it for a double and some extra money, but most importantly, now we have the Atlas token. So now that they're running, they do have a lot of money. We're, in theory, threatening, like, too big Econ hard hitting. It's just probably unlikely to work in our favor. And there's a Stargate, no further access, that's coming down. Border Control, Rashida. So I think they trashed the Border Control. At least we get a free Rashida here. Unfortunately, Oh, this is only one accessed, right? So this doesn't even stop the Stargate. And they're going to flip. So if we draw again, we get a Rashida, which isn't amazing. But at least if we get a Rashida, we get ice. So we could drop them down to fewer credits. We could drop them down to 9, which means they can still clear the hard-hitting news. So there's some like lines here. We could do Project Atlas for a copy of Economic Warfare. We could do Economic into hard-hitting. But I'm assuming that we'll probably be fine to do that next turn if we just credit up. Like, they should run Trash Rashida and then go hit a Stargate here. Stargate is bullshit? I don't think so. I think it's really important to have R&D pressure cards. And this is a pretty fair one. They're not actually... I think you run first and Trash Rashida for bad publicity. I think they should do that before they Stargate. Yo, Michael, what's up? Also, John. Hey, Andre, how are you? I'm ready for the weekend. I'm doing okay. Kind of tired, but I'm okay. They trashed a Raven, so it looks like we're going to top deck a Raven. And the Rashida is still on top. Trickster's coming down and they're going to get their money. So they're pretty well protected against some of the antics that we have access to. Mumbai does not stop Chisel, but it will stop Devil Charm. Yeah, Devil Charm is a paid ability. Okay, so this is honestly probably pretty annoying, and we want all 3 of our cards, so I think we're not going to fire it. I think we're just going to draw into the Data Raven. So Hacktivist means we have to trash a card in our hand, and we do have the combo. The fact that we're not rezzing the Rashida, and honestly, we should have pre-rezzed it if we were smart, because they know what it was. Cool thing is we don't actually have to pre-res Prysac. We could score we could pull this for an Atlas, honestly. I don't think it's necessary. And I guess we can put a Prysac onto R&D. They have access to no breakers, and this Trace is not amazing when they have bad publicity. You generally want this behind another piece of ice. Stargate is fair. Border Control on the other hand, I think Border Control is fair too. It's definitely really good. But like, you need those sort of abilities, otherwise ice is just not good enough and it only becomes an economic problem. They won't access an R&D though. You're totally right, but this does look like a Chrysium, so it might stop the Stargate and they might run first. You're definitely right though, this doesn't stop the Stargate. Maybe I should consider that a bit more. But this looks like a Chrysium, which can slow them down. Yeah, Michael, I think has the idea. Yo, Poxed, what's up? Not too much. They can't run through this, right? They're just gonna get a bounce here, because otherwise they take a tag, and you don't want to end your turn with a tag. It's going okay. Yeah, they're just taking the end of the run here, so they're forcing us to spend money. So hopefully we top deck something cute, like a hedge fund. Hedge fund's cute. And they have some good money coming down here. They have the Trickster Taka, so they probably have a program that they can spend money on relatively quickly. And we have all our combo pieces now, so we can actually use the Atlas to consider pulling for sorry, what's it called, a hostile takeover if we want to like be very aggressive. They've already played one I've had worse, and I've had worse is something you do have to watch out with high profile target. No Rashida? No, I'm really worried about rezzing through this, rezzing through the Hacktivist. I think we might just like try and pull this for a hostile and then go from there. Firing the Gachapon to get a card down. It's an after image. It looks like this is a stealth deck. Wow. So they can bypass the Sentry, so it's not very good. I've never seen this. This is a 3 influence card. And they need to spend 2 stealth credits, so they can do this every basically 2 turns with Trickster Taka, give or take. So what's going to happen? Dreamnet draws a card, Dirty Laundry gives them 3 credits. They shuffled back Corroder, so we're pretty sure they're not on Paperclip, and they removed I've Had Worse and Kiko. And they also have a Film Critic. That's a huge restricted card against Argus. Absolutely monstrous. What's the money 2x Eco Warfare play looking okay? Yeah, it's not going great with that. Does this bypass work like Fem? Yeah, this does. So they will not get the Data Raven tag if they want to go their way. Okay, so things we could do. I think all these cards in our hand are shit on the basis that they're bad. On the basis that we're going to get what's it called? This is never going to happen. So I think we're actually going to risk rezzing the Rashida and trashing the Audacity. Fuck! That was a 1 in 6! Holy shit! That was a 1 in 6, so we were trying not to hit that so that we could pull for an Atlas and just score it out and be on 5 points. And then we have this Rashida, but that hit the one card. Okay, well, we paid for that. And we didn't even do it at the right time, but I guess we had 6 cards in hand. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We only have 1 of these and no way to recur it. And they don't have Clot. Oh, that sucks a lot. Oh, this is so awkward. Oh, we're tilting. He says Red Rashid and Trash Audacity. I said we're trying not to do that. Oh, boy. Yeah, the Dodge Raven tag with Hunting Grounds, they can get through double Raven. Brutal. Yeah, it seems pretty rough. They're accessing with 1 click left. This is a border control, and they actually have... Oh, well, they've installed Penrose, so Penrose can deal with barriers here. I think we are going to res it. We could end the run here, and I honestly think we might not want to do that, because they have to find the Corroder. Oh, we would have robbed them Trickster Taka credits if we didn't res it. I guess they can always just boost. Never mind. Yeah, this is not going to go poorly. You got this? Oh, I don't know, Maddie. At least if they trash 2 Rashidas and they'll have this tag, so maybe one of the Rashidas will live. They also got a buffer drive down too. Okay, so this Rashida looks like it's gonna live, so that's okay. We lost our econ card. Okay, so they have a really good Kogate breaker. They have a way to deal with sentries. We're gonna be locked on R&D, and all we have to our name is money. So I think we're just gonna try and protect R&D. We've double hard hitting news. I think the money thing will maybe scare them a bit, and we still have access to Atlas, so we can still do like econ into hard hitting news. Hard hitting news right now isn't amazing. Like, it'll slow them down. It was a bunch better when we had access to what's it called? Access to Too Big to Fail, because we could go low and come back. It's not something I really want to do right now. And there they have all their breakers, so now it's just gonna come down to economy. And the spiderweb actually does tax them out a bit, right? Like, that's still 3 credits. One of them is bad publicity. Their still situation's pretty pathetic. I think you can ice up a bit. It's just that we don't have enough sentries. Like, a lot of our sentries we can trace through. Like, now they're getting a bit icy. Oh, I hope they trash that. Okay, they do trash that. So now we can actually we can bury them in tags. Yeah, now we can actually get them. So econ, and we'll find another econ. And then we can hard hitting use them, and we don't even have to boost. Oh, we do have to boost one. They have a link. So now they have to clear some of the tags. Unfortunately, we don't have another high profile target, but this is the kind of thing where now they can't really run. So the choices are between like clear 2 tags and then do something else, or run. And it looks like they're choosing run. So we're going to bury them again with hard hitting news. And I know we can't punish them, but this is actually pretty okay. Yeah, we can kill Film Critic and Taka. I think if we kill Taka, we're in an okay spot. Film Critic obviously is pretty good too. All right. That's perfect. Oh, that's so good. So I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to trash. I assume we trash Taka. And then we hit them again with the book. Boom. And now they're going to have 6 tags. So they almost definitely die. They basically have to trash this. And Hoshiko is actually hurting them, right? Because they accessed last turn. So they're down to 3 credits. So it's very hard to kill everything. Harding news with Mirror Morph into trash resource action is really fun. I think that works. Did they not errata that actually terminal works a bit differently? Ooh, that's the last laundry. That's good money. I still think they're okay. They're going LN. They understand. IRC, they clarified you can't do any click actions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fixed that. So I don't think you do it. Nice, well played, Andre. Thank you, Thomas. I don't think we're out of the weeds just yet. I don't think they have a way to trash this. They hit the HPT. They know it's there. Not much they can do. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Gain credit, gain credit. That's 12 damage. And we have the money. All right. It's really scary. It's really scary. Even running with 12 credits, like, they weren't safe. And we got very fortunate that we did draw this what's it called, Too Big to Fail. And honestly, the play where we lost Audacity might have worked out better for us, because otherwise we'd be on 5 points, and they had all their breakers, and we threw out a lot of the punishment cards. So maybe we're actually really lucky that that failed. But yeah, Argus is as Argus does. Yo, Parallel, what's up? How's it going? Tag him and bag him. Yo, you have to do that, because otherwise, like, we don't have a game. And that's kind of why I like we didn't see the Winchesters, for what it's worth, but like, that's why I kind of, oh, here it is. But I kind of like the Surveyor, because Surveyor on the remote actually is pretty good. Now, Stealth is a different problem, but you see the idea. Okay, we're gonna do one more with this, because these games are generally pretty quickly, and then we'll build from there. Blessing in Disguise, it just might have been. Going good. We had 9 people at GNK on Saturday. I was only expecting 5, so yeah, yo, that's sweet. What were you playing? They must be running 1 or 2 net recurs, not great IMO. There's a chance that they're not. They might be running, I didn't say hi, Austin. They might be running recurs. They also could just be running Mantle, or even I don't know, the criminal one. This is Aaron from Toronto. Oh, 419. 419 scary. Okay, so 419 is pretty scary. It could be Apocalypse, probably just some Amakuben's good stuff. You generally want to ice up HQ, and Data Raven on HQ is like kind of mediocre. We do have Economy, we do have something that poses. I think this hand is definitely keepable. If we had like a hard end to run, like a Afshar for HQ, I think we might be in a better place, as much as Afshar isn't the best against Turtle. To be rich as fuck to dodge double econ warfare, it's still pretty hard. And then sometimes it's, oh, wow, Raven for days. Okay. I think we will put this on HQ and we will pay a credit to prevent it. And the question is whether what we do with the price sack. If we put it on HQ, it's good for single accesses, but it's not particularly good against anything else. We could try and build the remote. I don't like this on the remote too much. This with border control is pretty tight, but I'm worried about central pressure from our friend 419. And hopefully they play something like a corporate grant and we can hostile out of it. Seems like hard hitting into resource trash works. Wait, for real? Says that an action gives you clicks, you can't use them, but not that you can't use click ability on mirror morph. Oh, okay, maybe that's wrong. E-E-R-I-N, Aaron. So Aaron, win for the gamble into laundry. Okay. We have Econ Warfare into hard hitting news, which is okay, but I think we're going to score this. We can definitely not pay a credit to expose this. There's no Amakua that we're worried about, and having money is actually really good because it means the threat of these shitty reses are a bit better. We also do have the threat already. Econ into hard-hitting news. A lot of the time in the early game, 419 wants to get down pad taps. We've got through some of that. And also like Daily Cast. Ooh, I don't know what this is anymore. Reflection. Maybe they're on DreamNet, but this is a pretty slow card deck. I think all the jack out cards, the jack out value cards, no longer exist. Excuse me. Okay, so we can build a remote. Afshar on the remote kind of sucks. Criminal's not very good at code gates, but this is a 1 strength piece of ice. I think we're just gonna put this on HQ and respect the criminal thing. They can know this is an Afshar. It's fine. I didn't send him a message. Yeah, sometimes you do it, right? Like Amakua's around, you'd be like, yeah, I'll pay a credit to fast events. Data Sucker, there you go. I think Data Sucker Turtle is the thing here. We don't have any AI hate. We have no virus. And there's the pad tap that we were worried about. We can always score out the Atlas. Next turn they'll be on 10 credits. I think we might want to just go jam, but I think we're going to go jam the price sec into border control. I think we're taking credit here. There's a big chance they're going to try and falsify this, which I'm honestly okay with, but we're weak here to boomerang inside job, and even Amakua comes down and has the ability to run archives, run server too, so I kind of like this play, because if they interact with us, they're like super weak to econ hard hitting. And we'll res this as soon as they falsified it. Yeah, there you go. Falsified. Nobody calls upgrade here. Yeah, no one calls upgrade. So I'll res it. They know it's a price hack. It's link helps with the crowd breaker, so you can use it to charge the back. There's almost no way that I would see that happening. I think it's probably only DreamNet or just to have a link. And 2 credits for 1 MU is like not the worst. We want an ice for archives. We don't have it. We don't have it. Here we go. And again, border control, kind of a liability against that turtle. So I think they're going on archives. Maybe check this remote. Yeah, burning falsified is great. And they're falsifying this. They're calling agenda, I assume. Yes, they did. Oh man, they missed all their falsifieds. They missed out like, what, 8 credits? They did get an Amakua counter though, so they're pretty good to run this remote. And they can actually let the border control credit fire. And this could be an issue. We want to get ice. Yes, and ice is what we got. So we need to install a whole bunch of the shit, which is difficult. Amakua is going to have very few counters, which is good. So I think we're actually going to put this on archives. We'll put this one on the remote just because this combo is actually pretty gross because they have to take a tag maybe twice. From here, I don't know what to do. If we give them the hostile takeover, it's probably not that bad. I just like every other card we have in our hand way better. I think we might throw out the second hard hitting news. Are we safe here? I think we're safe maybe to plug an Atlas. Nah, that's fine. If they get this, it's probably okay for us. What are we gonna throw out? I think we can throw out... The Audacity sucks because Fast Advance is really good against criminals. That's an easy way to close the game out. Econ Warfare seems important because their economy is kind of the pits, and I love double hard hitting news, but I think it's what's gonna have to go. If they weren't on Amakua Data Sucker, I would actually maybe consider throwing out an agenda. Two-Link in general, yeah, DreamNet. And Two-Link, yeah, there you go, there's a DreamNet. So this is a card and a credit. This is like John Masanori plus plus. Um, it's also really good against Data Raven, right? Like they're paying nothing for Data Raven because we have bad publicity and they have 2 link. Like it makes data. Oh, I guess the tag. Never mind. It's still pretty okay. Like I really hope they take the tag. This is a card and a credit to run. Oh man, it's good. So just taking a tag, just forcing us to spend some money. So this is good so we can res a hostile. So this is gonna also be like get out of here. Just getting good end the runs. Maybe they run HQ here. The Afshar will make them lose 2 credits, which is kind of important. They can't really run last click. I guess they could take the meat damage. Oh wow, they're going for it. Okay, so we have to do the math here. We can always score hostile takeover into hard hitting news, which is like a really fun play. If we res the Afshar here, they break for 3 credits, 2 real. Otherwise we hit the Raven, and I think the Raven will actually end the run. I don't want to res this. I'll res this one. Oh, but then we can't score fucking hostile. I think maybe we just don't res here. Get the hostile. They hit Econ Warfare. It's like balanced Desperado. Yeah. Alright, so we can definitely... Oh man, that's really good for us. So I think we just want to go for that. They're going to get a credit from Pad Tap. So we can do Pad Tap into Econ to hard hitting news. Which is kind of shitty. It's just not the best. We're going to purge relatively soon. Thinking. Like, so we can drop them down to 6 credits. But we have to spend so much. I think we still do it. We don't have the punishment in hand. That's the only issue, is that we only have 1 hard hitting news. I think we're going to try it. It might be a bit foolish. Don't strain yourself. Yeah, we still have to do a lot because they have a lot of link. That actually might have been the wrong play. I'm not impressed with that play. I didn't consider how much link they have. It's actually impossible for us to get them. And now Pad Tap fired, but I don't think we can get around Pad Tap. Yeah, that's probably a misplay. You can score hostile but not hard hitting news. Hedge, score purge next turn. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I think the econ was not worth it. I think the econ was definitely not worth it. But they're going to make us spend a lot of money because they face check pretty safely. Okay. So we can res everything here. I'm pretty confident. But like this is so good. Like we spend money resing and they barely lose any money and then they get money back. Yeah, I don't think we played that perfectly. So res the Raven, we only have 1 credit, which means they can get through the server, but they still, and we can't even pay for Prisec. Oh man, that's a misplay. I thought we'd get the Prisec money here, so this feels terrible. At least we're only losing a 1-pointer, and they probably trash us for 3. I think we'll just score a hostile from hand. You might actually consider tracing through this. Yeah, this is definitely a big oof. I thought we'd have 1 more credit. I did not plan it out. I think we should have just scored the hostile next turn and gambled. I think the econ was definitely wrong. Oh yeah, they're going through. Okay. So if they hit, I don't know, an agenda from hand, it's actually a lot harder. They could take the damage, but like there's a lot of like nice one-ofs that they probably want. Like they might actually have in hand. Wow, this is cheap. They might actually have in hand, what's it called? Siphon or something like that. They scored the hostile. Fuck. So now they choose. They took 2 meat damage, lost double mining. Oh my god. That's the sort of stuff that sticks into hands until they make good runs here. I think we have to purge, but then we're stuck in the remote. Like I don't think we purge till next turn. If you lock them to 0 viruses, they need events or other breakers to get turtle line. Yeah, totally. They always give my plan a chance. Lock a turtle. I think we're in a good spot to do lock a turtle. Unfortunately, this Raven needs a bit more support, but yeah. But we can definitely lock at the turtle. And like we really need to. It's a very run-based deck. Like that's all you do. We've seen this many times. Like I think the last game we played last week was a 419, a very similar deck to this. And we were playing the outfit and we just got 2 ice on every centrals and they just couldn't really interact with us anymore. So they have to clear tag. They run this remote. It might be another tag, might be 2 meat damage. Ooh. Ooh. That's a legitimate tax, I guess. So they might have to respect Tithonium. I think that's what they were doing. Just because we do... I think Aaron gave us the benefit of the doubt that we had some money to interact with them. And they were getting enough tokens to deal with Tithonium, which is something we can res for free. Or Archer, which is actually... We have to pay for Archer. That doesn't work. But yeah, we're in a bad spot. Tell him he's always welcome to take the tag. That'd be a bit better. Alright, lost a version of Turning Wheel. A 2 to Prisec? No, but thanks for offering. Do we just score an Atlas? Woo! Alright, I think we just purge. I think we do just purge. We can always Audacity out an Atlas. Purging is actually kind of shitty because I could just run this remote, but at least they don't not be getting a data sucker. It gives them a credit and a draw though. Like running this remote is pretty okay. Like they do have good run economy. I don't know, maybe purging wasn't right. Maybe we just click for 3 and then kind of grit our teeth and just hope we can hold on. Yeah, because now they rebuild at least. Oh, another pad tap. Yeah, we don't have time to trash those. Oh, that's bad. Should have Audacity last turn. Okay, well, it's okay. We're trying to lock them out. Maybe they don't have real breakers. They probably have real breakers. Haven't seen a class act just yet. Expecting that to show up sometime soon. We've already played one Econ Warfare. We only have 2 in the deck, so their money is probably the real money. And this is not even the sort of Argus deck that has cool, neat tricks like what's it called? Like reversed accounts, stuff like that. Fuck me. So we need like 8 credits to even consider pushing for this. Well, it's a turn. It's gonna be a game where we each click for credits. Would the turtle even get counters on the empty server since they weren't accessing any cards? Yeah, it would. It's something that was changed like maybe a year ago, but apparently accessing no. Like just getting to the access step is important. I think you actually, do you get Amakua counters if you have Eater? Yo, what's up, Nutritional? Might? Yeah, locking credits for price tag was definitely bad. Yeah, going low is a problem because we have no good way to dig out. If we had one more credit, obviously price tag would be okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Data Raven, 1 credit to get through. Unless we have more money than them. Oh my fucking lord. We are straight goofed. Pretend it's an NGO. Oh, I did not do the math. Pretend it's an NGO, my friends. I thought that was specifically for archives? No, it's for everything. Bray Andre, have you considered playing Jackson in this deck? You know what? I think if Jackson was legal, we'd all play him again. You know, sometimes you just pretend everything's an NGO front, and it does you okay. We don't need this. Unfortunately, we don't have another hostile. If we had another hostile, we'd actually threaten winning by just audacitying out. Eater combos with turtle. Reaching the access step is a relevant thing for getting a turtle counter. Okay, so that's what I thought. So even if you access 0 cards, this all cares about when you access cards. It's about getting to that part of the game. Ooh, they have a legitimate corroder, so the lockout strat's gonna be kind of dodgy. HQ at least is like kind of shit. So we're gonna lose one of these. Easy NGO. You think Jackson Howard was a good card? It's not so much that Jackson Howard is a good card, but like I don't know. I think everyone's confidence was shaken when the Eternal tournament was won with a deck that had no Jacksons in it. I guess this sucks. God, that's stupid. Why did I do that? Remember we could have scored the hostile, Pepperidge Farms? I do. Imagine we scored the hostile, we would have won. We would have scored the hostile. We would have had more money. We would have done this stupid NGO play. Might not have worked. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. We can't res any of this ice. But this ice is terrible. And this is like where Surveyor is good, right? Like I know the Winchester would be okay on this deck, but like Surveyor is a 6 strength ice with 2 traces. I know they have 2 link. It's fine. But this is bad. Just both the Atlas is an NGO. What could go wrong? Very little. We still have 2 NGOs in the deck. Jackson Howard was a needed card then, but I think less needed now. Yes, there were like stronger effects like Keyhole and stuff like that, I guess. Fuck. Gee, fuck. This sucks ass. No surprises here, but we just didn't, if we had 3 credits, we would have protected it. Yeah, medium's also a problem. They got a pad tap Exodia. Yeah, this is not even my final form. No, this is their final form. We haven't even seen a restricted card, so I'm imagining there might be a corporate grant sinking around in here, maybe even a film critic. Okay. You got me on this one, my friend. I'm not popping this. It could boost our trace, but it makes us weak to Siphon. Okay. Here's a trace. It cost you 1 credit. Welcome to R&D, my friend. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. We could have. If we played it better, we definitely could have. Oh yeah, they have a turning wheel as well. We trashed one earlier to damage, but they have the second one, and that's good. Stargate worse IMO because it doesn't shuffle, it locks. I don't think Stargate locks. I think Keyhole is so bad. Like, I don't know if you played Thomas back in the day where if you didn't ice R&D, someone played Keyhole and they do Keyhole, Keyhole, and then they could get 6 points on turn 1. Like, that shouldn't fucking happen. This border control is the secret tech that we have. I don't think we just, this is fine. I don't want to show them our ice. Yeah, Keel is way worse. Like, the fact that Keel shuffles makes it worse. Because it could be agenda on top, agenda on top, agenda on top, you win. Like, that's all it is. I think you pop Raven there. I don't know. They just trace through it and they take a tag. Like, it's not that bad for them. They would have been on, like, what, 16 credits? And we'd be on 4. Like, then they just jack out, right? Like, they don't go through it. Like, we would just stop them a Raven if we res this. I don't like it. So this is a problem because we can't lock them out anymore because they have a corroder for the spiderweb. So we can't ice them out. We need to pretend that HQ is like okay, but I'm assuming the turning wheel tokens are just gonna be dumped into something terrible soon. I think we just do R&D click for 2, maybe. Next turn we purge? I don't know. I really don't know what we're doing here. The once per turn restriction is a difference. Yeah, that's also a huge restriction, is the once per turn. Like, again, Keyhole. You didn't ice the R&D. Get dunked on. But yeah, Stargate's like, okay, what? Once a turn. Drop all agendas on the board naked and pray that the food survives with audacity. Yeah, so this is what we were expected to happen. Can't really stop it. We need a border control on HQ. Fire and broken subs. Okay. Ooh, 1 credit tax on this Raven. I might have clicked on the fire on broken subs too. Want to try that again? Yeah, let's do it again. If only had Hordem. Yeah, Hordem's good. I don't think we could afford to triple advance Hordem. Like, it would be fucking painful as shit. And it would just mean that they would install their, what's it called? Their 7-cost Amina or whatever. Which they could afford. Yeah, we definitely fired it too soon. Just play Crisium? You could. Or just play better. Stock of Crisium skyrocketed? Yeah, Crisium's still pretty good. Yeah, we were 1 Atlas, so 1, sorry, hostile away from closing the game out. It's okay though, we have 3 credits, and that's a lot. They're just breaking it. Because we could dump all 8 credits into the trace. Ice sticks around more than it used to, and it's much, much meaner. Oh, I don't know about that. I think Anarchs are getting really good at destroying stuff. A second hunting grounds. I think we can concede. Devil Charm and Chisel is cool. Yeah, I think Ice Destruction super prevalent. I think we concede here. There's no winning line. Yeah, Rob. I agree with you. There have been times though where you've said that and I disagree with you. But this is the correct one. Yeah, we can't stop him. Yeah, we didn't rush out fast enough. We could have done it. I think we definitely misplayed the term of the economic warfare. We just didn't even do any basic math. If we scored the hostile, we definitely had it there with the audacity to this. And you see how strong it is. Like, that's kind of the problem with this lock. I should have scored the remote hostile. Going down to 1 was a death sentence. I have the audacity and Atlas in hand. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of the lock here with Amaku and Data Sucker. Like, it's just so cheap to break into anything. Now, as soon as you do have an IP block, that's kind of why this deck, I'm assuming, runs 2 hunting grounds. Like, I don't know if Data Raven's that big of a deal, but it's mostly because probably IP block. And then once you can deal with IP block, like this combo is really hard to deal with. And then you probably only need 1 or 2 support breakers to get a certain tag. I think you need to play also if you did that hope it's NGO play with GFI. But you did Alice. The problem is, like, at this point we were so poor that we couldn't do the NGO play with the, like, that was always a play that we had here, but it was going to be on 2 to 3 turns, right? Because we need to do the Global Food Initiative play. Like, okay, so the first NGO play I think made sense because we didn't have a lot of money and they were kind of still scared to face check because they didn't have their econ set up and they weren't in a good spot. If we do it now, we actually need about 6 credits to do it because we need to prevent this from being exposed, and then we need to double advance it, and then obviously to score it. On top of that, though, it's in their best interest just to always run the remote, like even if it's NGO front, just because we need a purge before any of that's relevant. Like we're just so far away from even attempting the bluff plan, let alone they do have another falsified somewhere here in their deck, I'm assuming. If you did Alice instead and got 2 tokens. Oh, when we scored the GFI? Yeah, I guess it did, but like that doesn't even give us anything. Like we only have 1 Audacity. I don't know what 2 tokens on Alice will do. I don't think it actually does anything. You're right, it was desperation, and I should have done the math that even with 4 points we have to score 2 agendas. But I don't think we have a play. It might make them more fearful, but yeah, I think with 2 Alice tokens, like there's literally nothing in our deck. Get your money cards? Yeah, maybe too big to fail, but like I don't think we're keeping them out. Man, and like I'm telling you, man, this would have been a terrible fucking game for Winchester. And I'm aware not most people have 2 link, but like Jesus, this would have been terrible. You aren't dead in the water. Yeah. We were 1 hostile away from that being okay. Just please don't Argus. I'm so sick of it. I'll turn the stream off. Yeah, we're gonna build something. Actually, if you're just tuning in, you're probably wondering what the splash screen looks like. I know jogging is. So we're gonna build a deck. I wanted to play some GameNet because it's the deck that I haven't played ever, and it's a new ID. And I don't think it's a particularly flashy ID. It has an ID ability that has a potential of printing a lot of money, and I think that's really cool. So for those who don't know, this is a 4517 that says whenever a corp card ability causes the runner to spend or lose at least a credit, gain a credit, and that's pretty sweet. You also have a 17 influence, is very flexible. This reminds me a lot of Asmari. And I think a lot of the comparisons people have had is like whether Asmari will make you more money, let alone control the game in a more interesting way. And controlling the game is very powerful, and I think that's really cool. Yo, Timmy, what's up? What did it do, Andre? I reduced code into making a punitive Bologna deck out of GameNet. It was good. Yeah, I prodded code. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I totally believe it. I think Bologna is crazy too. Trap ice are great with GameNet. Well, trace ice. Sorry, yeah, trace ice is really good. So this text here is very, very liberal in what it means. So spend or lose a credit. There's actually a bunch of cards that have that text like written straight onto it, and some of this ice is actually pretty okay. Cards like Turnpike. Turnpike says when the runner encounters this, they lose a credit. And there's not a lot of decks that can get by this ability. So Turnpike starts with a 2 credit swing and then a pretty relevant Trace 5, and that's okay. But on top of that, Trace 5, or any trace counts, right? Anything with a trace on it fires. So IP block this first trace, if people are tracing it, they're spending money during a run as long as they don't have 3 link, and then you'll get money off of that. So anything with a fair bit of traces, like your surveyors, if they're tracing through them, which I guess at some point they're not, these give you like 2 credits, and that's kind of cool. In theory, like Winchester or any card with a lot of traces gives you more value, but I think Winchester is like 3 or 4 influence. Gold Farmer is absurd. Yeah, Gold Farmer is really good. The problem I've been seeing with Gold Farmer is like everyone was playing with the new cards at the same time. So for every Gold Farmer I saw Chisel eating a Gold Farmer, and that feels bad. But abstractly, this card is nutso. Absolutely nuts. GameNet versus Asmari gives you a better ice suite, or at least a different one. I will admit my card evaluation sucks, but I don't see how rich this deck can get. Like, it's definitely a strong ability, and maybe it's just the fact I'm newer to the game that I don't quite get how good it is. So, Padraig, I think the biggest thing that people get like really concerned about is this clause whenever. Because cards like Paulina and cards like Asmari say the first time a turn gain 2, but whenever is a really big deal. And if your ice suite is built in a certain way, and maybe some of your upgrades, again, like cards like Ash, cards like product placement, all this stuff that costs money. I guess product placement doesn't technically cost money. That's an ugly sweater, isn't it? they have the ability to give you so much money where it's like they run R&D, and every time they run R&D you get 3 credits. Like that is an absurd potential, and that's really strong. Bologna with NAPD Corden is just gross. Yeah, totally. All that stuff is really good. And I think the only time I've been testing GameNet, Maddie and I, is we played like a NAPD Corden 3-of deck, and it was pretty great. Including scarcity. If not, I'll not watch the deck build and wait for the game. If you're up, then go for it. Keep watching. I honestly don't know yet. Let's go to meme and go for a full game net. I would do Aryabhata Macrophage stuff again. Yeah, we played against that last week, and that stuff is like pretty okay. 17 influence means you can like flex a bit more with it, but I don't love the Aryabhata thing because it is like 100% a negative play experience, so I'm not going to do it. Better than Spark at least? Yeah, I think this is way better than Spark. It's also, I don't know. Konjin's the best side to import IMO? Yeah, Konjin's okay. Konjin's fine. The thing about Konjin, like the cool thing about GameNet is that it makes cards give you money. The thing with Konjin is it's just kind of like the Nisei ability, or the whatever it's called, Tenant Institute. It just like makes your side games cheaper unless you're betting 0, which is fine, but like it's fine. GameNet's with daily quest to force runs, get rich if they run, get rich if they don't. Yes, okay. So we're definitely gonna play the daily quest, and I think I was most excited about reading GameNet when I was reading someone's review, and that was this idea. So we haven't done this in a long time, an NBN ability that's just basically fast advance. And that this GameNet, I think, runs into the same issue I've seen in my very limited experience with GameNet that other cards like Architects of Tomorrow run into. And that the thing is, like, this abstractly represents a lot of value, but it's only value if you can force the runner to interact with you. And that means you have to be very aggressive, either jamming things into remote pretty consistently or doing something else like that, I guess. And a lot of times people can't capitalize on that. I feel like Daily Quest is pretty good in Architects of Tomorrow. I feel like MCA austerity policy, cards like that like really require interaction are really cool. Abstractly, even other stuff like Urban Renewal, anything that basically says you have to run are very valuable. So I'm thinking that we can do what this person says and maybe try and make some sort of fast advance deck. Just because we want to go aggressively fast, which means the runner can't really sit back. And if the runner can't sit back, that means that it will be making more money more quickly, which means we can afford to play cards like Biotic Labor and or Friends. And then maybe we go a bit faster ourselves. And I think that's pretty compelling. We got a lot of stuff in that. Uh-oh, the problem I see with, and then Rob didn't finish his sentence. That's scary. Whoop, not Arcana, I meant the Condenser. Sorry? My vote is for Konjin, Komainu, and the Arcana. Or the Condenser. That's like a Jinteki deck. There's no way we're doing that in NBN. Yo, what's up, Zach? I assume we live in a world that has better options, but I read the idea and I want to add 3 pop-up window. I think pop-up window is abstractly a trap, right? And not like a literal trap, but like pop-up window says when the runner counters, you gain. And then it says end the run unless the runner pays 1 credit. Which means, yeah, if the runner pays a credit to not end the run, you will gain a credit to make this double pop-up window. But I think once the runner has a breaker up, like an Amakua or anything that breaks 1 subroutine for 1 credit, this does nothing for you. They just break the subroutine, and then you're not getting your money. So I think pop-up window is actually kind of shit in here. There's another one, though. What is the other card? There's a chance the other one's actually better. It's probably not. But there's other NBN cards that came up in Downfall that nobody plays. Cards like Tiered, Congratulation, Loot Box. Are any of these good? I think Focus Group is playable. Not this one. So no, this doesn't work. This sort of works. And this card I think we actually consider playing. Turnpike is amazing game. Yo, Sanjay, what's up? Yeah, totally. I think we play 2 or 3 for sure. It's a pop-up window plus friends. Yeah, pop-up works before breakers 100%. And you're using 3 slots. Yeah, it's not a very good ice. Free lunch, congratulations. Oh, I see why you're saying congratulations, Chris. What up? Low-key Troll's hilarious. Yo, it did. Slot Machine is good too, for sure. Say it. What's it called? The thing. Troll rotated. Troll did rotate, unfortunately. Free Lunch comes up a fair bit, and Free Lunch is a card that I think I ragged on when it came out, and I think it's probably a bit better. This doesn't end the run, but its abilities are fine. 3 to 4 is okay. It's kind of like on par with Eli. It doesn't end the run, but it gets these power counters. That means that you can spend 2 credits. So this is actually like a really big swing. The runner needs to break this. This is like what I think a pop-up window looks like, and I would basically take any excuse to play this card because it's really cool. Now, the problem is with this card is that it is a fucking nightmare to play this card. This is, this came in the part of Netrunner where a lot of weird shit came out all at once. I hate this card. Losing a credit, similar to Spark, is always going to be relevant at certain breakpoints in the game. And I really don't like any card that has a relevant paid ability at every fucking paid ability trigger in the whole damn game. Like, that was a big thing with Spark, is that if, say, some runner was at 4 credits and they clicked for 1 credit to 5, you might be saying like, oh, hold on, wait. And then a paid ability window, you'd res a pad campaign, so they're down to 4 credits, so they can't play that pad the sure gamble that they were working for. Or maybe they're on 5, and first click they click to 6, and then you say stop, and then you res your thing so that they can't play liberated accounts on turn 2. And this is that same problem on every fucking paid ability window. It's a goddamn nightmare, especially in a place where you can't see the person eye to eye, where you can be like stop. You have to be like type in chat, or you have to hit a button. Ugh, god damn it. Holy shit, it did. Yeah, it did rotate. Trolls, yeah, Trolls Lunar. Yo, Ghost, what's up? I thought the Netrunner was being discontinued. Is it still around? Yeah, it is. Welcome. It was officially unsupported by Fantasy Flight Games, I think like a year and a half ago. But go to Nisei.net. There are new cards coming out pretty consistently. You can buy a set. Nisei is all like community run. It's been fantastic. World still goes on. Nationals goes on. Organized play goes on. It arguably might be better. Do check that out. It's just harder to find because it's not in stores. Did I just close my window? No, I didn't. Welcome, Ghost. What is the NBA operation that adds on encounter trace for tag? I fucking love that card. Surveillance? No, it has like a Walkman on it. That card we played a fair bit when it came to Thimble Rig, and I think it's pretty good. Eavesdrop, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty great. Cheers for Thursday. Yo, Syncope, cheers as well. How's it going? Piox says Rhyme. Rhyme is just not worth a slot in any, I think, in any deck that doesn't run. I've seen Rhyme. Look, Rhyme represents the sort of Netrunner bullshit that I and a lot of people pull all the time, where they don't test a card and they say it's really bad. And I'd like to say that I've not tested this card, but I've seen it in play where people build a Rhyme deck and then they draw the Rhyme and they're like, well, I guess it goes on R&D turn 3 because I have no other ice. And then it sucks. Yeah. That's how you really feel. Amani triggers GameNet too. Yeah, Amani's cool, huh? Playing Spark in person is way easier. Yeah, it's way easier. Action, fucking action. The trace traps like Force Connection and Intake also trigger GameNet. Yeah, I was looking at Intake the other day. That's a fun one, huh? Eavesdrop, Thimble Rig, Rover Algorithm is the apex of jank. Yeah, that's what we were playing in Mati Makundo. We get this server with like 9 ice on it, and then we do Rover Eavesdrop, and you got this absurd ice at the point. Your art is the best. Rhyme and Ginger Grid is not that bad at all. How do you spell that? Oh, yo, it's Nisei, just like in the game, NISEI.net. I don't know if it comes up if you Google Netrunner modernly, but do check it out. Just like Nisei Mark II from the game Netrunner. Rhyme was pretty good in my mutate deck because it wasn't sad to trash. It's just like that fallacy, like this card is okay in my deck because I can sell it to ASOS Pawn Shop, which is like technically true. I was really impressed by Fairchild, one of my friends' deck. Yo, that was actually, yo, firstly, what up, Brick? There's this weird thing that was like kind of cool for a while, is that a lot of people used to run these like cheap ice that used to be just taxing enough. Like, it was a very common theme that every faction would have a 1 credit ice that taxed the corp 2 credits. And they just kind of went totally out of fashion. I don't know if I can name all of them. Jinteki had Pup. Fairchild 1.0 was the HB one, and it was just like 2 credit trash. And sometimes it's not even 2 credits because this is like really flexible with either clicks or trashing cards. Playing for side games, yeah, it does. What else was there? I think every faction had one, and at some point Pup was like a 2 of in like a lot of RP decks back in the time where Faust was around and like Caprice, like not very early, but like we're talking 2016. And it just kind of rotated because people just started having more money. I think like ice just got better. It's wild how that is. I think the upgrades got worse, but the ice got better. NBN was pop-up. Yeah, I guess pop-up is the NBN one. So what are we missing? Did Wayland ever have one? What is Wayland's 2 credit cheap ice? They seem like the faction that doesn't have it. Just because Wayland ice is all over the place. This is not technically it, because this ends the run. Caduceus is way better. Hopping back in when the deck is ready to pass return. All right, we'll try that. Ice Wall, Salvage? Jesus. Yeah, but I want something that doesn't end the run. It maybe was Bailiff. I don't know. Veritas. I would even say before Veritas, if anything, it was Errand Boy. But that's like a really expensive card. It had to be a 1 cost card. Everyone had it besides Wayland, which had like Lycan or whatever. Shadow. It has to be one cost. I don't know. Anyways, the point is, like, I don't know what happened, but at some point, all those cards were like, wait, we have Fairchild 3.0? What are we fucking doing with these card slots? This is a good ice. And then people played this, and then they got restricted for a while. Wayland's theme was shitty ice. Good game, Aaron, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they stayed consistent to that theme for a long time. I'd argue right now that Wayland has been, the theme of Wayland has been like incredibly mismanaged by the Nisei team, and even to some extent Michael Boggs, because over the years it became playable, which is like kind of outside of the, like that was kind of the thing that Lucas Litzinger designed. He had that document he showed at an NYU talk. He's like, okay, Anarch is ice destruction and nothing. And then Wayland was like, bad everything. And then Scorched Earth. But like, I don't know. There's recursion and criminal now. So what's going on? Stealth killed the pup off. Did it really? I don't think it did. Searchlight. I don't know. I'm joking about all of that, but okay. Here we go. Let's build a deck. We're building a game net. Let's try and do fast events, because I think we could do compelling fast events and go pretty quickly. This person suggests cards like Shipment from Tenon, which is the kind of card that I think an HB deck should probably be running. Holy shit, it's 3 influence, but again, 17's a big number. Let's try this. Mongoose also wrecked Pup. If Mongoose didn't wreck Pup, Mongoose actually, no, fucking Pup is good against Mongoose. If you play Mongoose to break your Pup, the Kamainu's gonna fuck you. Like, saving 1 credit on a Pup after you install 3 for the Mongoose? Nah. That second Pup, though, yeah, Sads gets it. NBN also did better at Wayland than Wayland. Yeah, they had Matrix Analyzer. You know how fucking sweet Matrix Analyzer would be if it was in a... Actually, no, I think you pay for this ice. I think you pay for the credit. How much better this card would be in Builder Nations? The fact is you pay for the credit, though, which, like, look how far we've come. Do you know what Wayland's one was? I figured it out. It was Hunter. Did someone say Hunter? No, I think Shadow came up in chat. And Hunter's honestly like a relevant card. This card is playable. In GameNet, this is a Trace... Oh, I thought it was Trace 4. It's fine. It's a Trace 3. They generally pay 3 credits. You gain 1 credit. And no one's going to break this with a breaker. It's 4 strength. This is a fine card. I know Hunter's neutral, but we're talking about Wayland here. No ganked, I don't think. We're going to be a fast events deck. We're going to play ganked on the weekend. We'll make a video. I think we have something that'd be cool. Puppet Master. Yeah, I know. Puppet Master was a Wayland card, but they fucked up with the color printing. That whole cycle of Netrunner was kind of a mess. The Ice Wall, that wall-to-wall RPC some Beal needs. Jesus, yeah, right? Hunter's the bomb and system core. Hunter's just a fine card. Hunter is fine. I don't know what this text means, but I'm excited about it. And there are reviews. I guess it is an old card, so it deserves some attention. I thought we were going to build a deck. If you're just tuning in, by the way, my name's Andre. How's it going? We're going to play some game net. We got some time. We got like 2 hours. That's like deck plus iterations. I'm logged in. Oh, we got to figure out how to fix the Jinteki thing. If someone can help me reproduce how do you delete a deck, and I just want to be like a public, a display of what not to do in JNet. Don't give your deck a stupidly long name because it breaks JNet. And then you can't interact with it. Corp deck, here we go. Hunter in draft is great. Yo, man, I don't play enough draft. Draft is good. I shout this out every once in a while. Yo, you want to play some Netrunner? Go to anrsealed.com. This thing is beautiful. It has the downfall added to it. You can't see it. It's right underneath. There's no icon for it. But fuck ANR Sealed is some good shit. Okay, sorry. Now we're really beyond where we are. Okay, so we are GameNet. Flavorfully, we are a video game company. That hits close to home, I guess. Here we go. Let's build a deck. So we want to be a fast events deck, as fast as possible at advancing. So there's a couple things we want to put in for sure. Beal, that's a 3-2. That's a good one. I assume we also want to play Remastered Edition, which used to be a 3-2. This is a good one, and we're going to play that. And now we don't have enough agenda points. So from this point on, we could play a bunch of 3-1s, and that could be cool. We could do some cool tricks where we play cards like Fly on the Wall and pretend it's breaking news. And we could fast advance this, maybe, and then like exchange of information for the foods we're playing in our deck. Maybe sounds mediocre. What do fast events decks classically play? Merger. My God, we cannot play Merger, can we? If our deck is like so absurdly good at scoring 3-2s, we'll consider Merger, but like this is always like way too scary. This is terrifying. Calibration testing, yeah, Cody, definitely. We'll do calibration testing. I assume maybe a 3 of this. I assume also we're probably going to be playing the Dragon Lady, Arella. Psycho Beetle's good FA. I just don't know whether we're going to have the money to be able to hard hitting nudes. Maybe we can go aggressive enough, but that's like a lot of slots. Sunny's got to pay the 1 credit until she gets her computer down. If you reach out to the JNet guys, they can delete the deck for you. Recommending a GitHub issue. Oh yeah, it's actually a good idea. I might poke Noah. When your deck is ready, the game is up. Yeah, Thomas, it might be a minute, unfortunately. Lacosta Grid's cool. Lacosta Calibration is pretty cool as well. Okay, let's see what fast advance is a thing. New HB asset? Is the new HB asset good? I'd assume it's not. I'd assume this isn't good. And this is worse than Biotic Labor. Okay, let's play Biotic Labors. And it's an expensive ass card. But hopefully we'll be making enough money. If we play all the shipment from tenants, oh wow, this is all our influence. Ooh, it goes fast. I guess 15 minutes? Oh yeah, definitely 15 minutes, excuse me. Okay, so that's a bit too much. So I'm assuming we might want to drop one of these. From here, we could consider playing a Bass, Chiriboga. If I'm not mistaken, his hat, what is his hat? I think his hat is like classically, it's South American. And I think Chiriboga is a South American name. I'm just not sure which culture it's from. Peru? I did the research a while ago, but that's pretty cool. Base is a mirror morph card. Yeah, I know. Third Den is probably better than base. I think so. I'm just assuming they're going to be trying to run every single turn, and that's going to be embarrassingly hard. We could play an Audacity. No, we can't. Shipment from 10 is kind of difficult because our ice is going to kind of suck a bit. 10 better than Biotic? I don't know. I don't think we can keep him out. Yo, what's up, Jogging? Jeeves? Ecuadorian, according to internets. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Ecuadorian. Cool. Why Bass instead of calibration testing? Por qué no se dos, you know? Breaker Bay Team Spo? I don't want to do combo. I want to do like old. Here. What we're going to do is we're going to search an old Fast Advance deck and we'll try and do it. So we're going to do like Near Earth Hub. So this is not going to be accurate. And we're going to do Astro Script Pilot Program. And we'll see how this goes for us. Where is Benoit's deck? I don't remember what Benoit's name was. Benoit won. I don't know if Benoit was playing any age. Okay, well this is probably pretty good. Oh no, this is a kill deck. Excuse me. This is actually probably not gonna be accurate. Let's just do this. This is probably way better, and we'll maybe even see like the world is yours if we're lucky. Just do MVT and GameNet like a boss. If they trash, do you gain 1? No, it's not a corp ability, so they don't. What about the Wayland Sansan? What is the Wayland Sansan? Type race car in red? Ooh, that's a big number. All right, so this is what we want. 2 Biotic Labor, Roto Turret. There's only a 12 influence. And then they were also playing ridiculous stuff. And they had no way to recur this stuff. Oh, they had shipment from Sansan. How? Oh, and they had Sansan City Grid. Of course. Okay, so this is what our idea is. And Chimera, that's wild. Or Spags deck. Okay, hold on. We'll try this. Deckless name, race car. I don't know if race car is one word. Yeah, okay. Spags. Right, triple Biotic, shipment from Sansan, 2 Sansan Grid. It's an NEH deck, so it goes pretty fast. This had a little engine, which was probably pretty spiced at the time, and Sans used to speed it up. Exploda is pretty okay. Let's see if we have other options. Trashing is like part of the framework. Yeah, it's not a card. Oh, Oberth? I don't think we can afford Oberth though. I really don't think we can protect this, and if we forfeit an agenda, we don't get like that Oberth value from it. We'd have to like play the card that like reses it for free, but that card rotated, unfortunately. There's an agenda that lets you do that. Let's see what else we can play. Yo, legitimately rebranding team, I think might be on the edge of some sort of broken combo here. I just don't know if we have it. So rebranding team says all assets gained advertisement, which you know, abstractly seems like shit. But if you play this within Ad Blitz, you can spend 1 click. Sorry, you can spend 2 clicks and admittedly like 11 credits to res all your calibration testings. It honestly doesn't seem like the worst shit. And then on top of that, if you played other cards, like there is some weird combo deck in here, and you see the alt art. Well, no, that's not even the alt art. The real art. Eve is down there, which is really cool, and I guess Diesel. But I think there's a pretty dope combo here where you get everything to be agendas. The thing is, like, you aren't going to be that rich. Well, you're totally right. We're not. But you could play this with like advanced assembly lines and cards that like give you credits when you res them. I don't know. You could do some cool stuff. Like, you wouldn't be on BGG. Yeah, we probably need BGG, unfortunately. But we can't protect BGG. Okay, I'm losing confidence in this deck, so we have to build it quickly. Let's get some ice in here, because ice is really powerful. So we want ice that makes them spend credits. This doesn't. What does? I think IP block is a nice place to start. I think Ju is an underrated card, but I don't think that's where we're going to be right now. We could try Gold Farmer. Oh, sorry, Gold Farmer is not what we're talking about. We can try Free Lunch just to see how annoying it is, for sure. Abstractly Endless Eula is good, but if anyone chisels this, I will uninstall Firefox, and that's going to be an issue. What else is good? I was considering doing spending some influence on like cards like Engram Flush just to see their hands, so we could consider playing that focus group. But I realized I just kind of want to put Engram Flush into everything because I think it's fun. But we can probably just get away by playing Slot Machine and kind of calling it the same idea. What else do we want? We want End the Runs. We have some. We have some. We have some. We have some. So for Sentries, we definitely want Turnpikes because they're pretty cute. And we could play like something bigger in here for sure. I think we definitely want something bigger, but actually this like lean cheap ice is really good for a fast advance deck. Tollbooth is the obvious intent. You're still low-key obsessed with Engram Flesh? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yo, Jessica, what's up? I'm way behind, just starting the stream. Hope you're having a great night. I am. It's actually been really good. My eyes hurt, but like it's not been an issue. How are you doing? Glad you can make it. BBG. Sandberg is a good card to make the runners run. Yeah, but it's like totally not the sort of deck we are. Like we need more than 10 credits plus. Like Sandberg is a card that makes the runners not run, if anything. If you want to delete the deck, just keyboard left click the deck to select tab twice, hit enter, shift tab, hit enter. Oh, fucking that's perfect, enter. We'll get there soon. 2 credits for 5 strength, yes please. Yeah, Engram seems really good. Obviously not everyone can capitalize on it. Free to play. Not exactly what we want. How what's it called can we possibly be? Like we want to be as sleek as possible. As sleek. Is that all the good ice? Is that what good ice is? I don't know. What does BRE do again? It's a trace for a tag and then trace 2 to not access more any cards for the rest of the game, which is actually pretty game winning. We can do Arella. Arella is pretty sweet. What else do we want? Gank doesn't make sense with our ice. It does make us money though, which is kind of cute. And create no. This is okay. This does not do what I think it does. Red Herrings is cool. Rutherford is interesting, but we don't have enough value. I think that's it for that. We actually might want to play Breaker Brigade. I had my GNK on Monday. I didn't do great. I played CTM and runners were all Link and Mega Rich. Yo, are you hitting that sunny problem people are talking about? Splasher Afshar? Oh yeah, sorry. Afshar is great. I've been hearing about that. Border control, if you have influence or some way to mess with the runner. In theory, we're fast advance, Michael, so we don't really want to fuck with them during a run. Like, we just want to go as quickly as possible. More fast advance pieces are kind of all we want here. So what are the other fast advance pieces? Let's get some money in here for sure. Like, what are all the fast advance cards? I think we probably want 1 copy, unfortunately, of Preemptive. It is a slow card, but at least we'll get something going. Jeeves. We're a lot of HP cards away from making Jeeves work. But yeah, Jeeves seems very important. Unfortunately, that's like more of an acid spammy deck than we'd want. I don't even know if we can protect a daily quest or not. Free lunch is a trick. Gotta use the tokens immediately for the during the run restriction. We can use it on any run though. How's it going, Jim? Tramspo? Get Kelly back? Oh, that's Team Spo. Yeah, we probably could, but then we're just playing an acid spam deck, and I think we lose some of these. Like, that's the idea, is you play like 3 team sponsorship, and then 3 Jeeves come in there, and we're short 1 HP card, so I assume we just play another Biotic. And then we drop all the shipment. That's probably better, I'll be honest. AR enhanced security could be good. Digital rights management can hunt agendas if you need them too. DRM is a problem though in a fast advanced deck where we can't score them out. There's a chance actually in this deck fast, what's it called? It might be better. Ooh, maybe we just put Bologna's in this deck and call it a day. There's a big chance that fast track might be better. We obviously don't want that. We don't have influence for food. Currently we don't have enough agendas either. This is awkward. Is TMI still legal? No. No, that was a very early card. You got Baby Sansan? Yo, Anthony, yeah, we do. I just don't know if we can afford to res all this stuff. This deck looks kind of like shit. We have no tag punishment. Man, Casting Call is a cool card. Why do people not play this? Attitude. Add Blitz 24/7. That's out of the game. So the other cards we could play is Focus Group, which is actually a pretty interesting card with their slot machines. We would maybe want other ways to see what's in their hand, and we really have none. We also could play the cards that encourage stuff. Virus Sandbox is good. Virus Sandbox is an okay inclusion. I'd consider it. I like that card a lot. Yeah, this is pretty janky unless we actually know what's in their hand. But even if we play this for like 2 counters, like if you get 2 of the same, it's actually pretty good. What's under your head? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I scrolled. Excuse me. Yeah, making use of the credit swing from Bologna, you better be off with food. Yeah, the problem is food's influence, and we have to like drop our Afshar. And I'm really excited about this Afshar. Also, the biggest thing is like Bologna, they'll still win on 3 agendas, and foods means that they won't. Maybe like we just bite the bullet and go SSL. Oh man, 17 influence goes so quickly. What's like a low influence HB card that we could play? Is there anything good? Calvin, Malia. Malia is fun. Marilyn, probably not the best. Actually, Calvin Bailey for 1 influence might be just what we need in a fast advance deck. I'd consider doing that. And then like dropping a biotic. And then maybe we have 3 influence for a shipment. That's honestly interesting. Magnet? Roto be brave? I like Roto. It's pretty bad against Amakua. Yeah, we could try that. I think that's a possibility. But like we really look like we're going way more asset spam than we are. But we want to play a lean deck. So why did I lose all the agendas? Oh, because we took food out. Oh, so we can't play shipment. Excuse me, I did not figure that out. So now we have 2 biotic, 2 focus group. Maybe we could play more assets. There's the NBN one that causes you to draw cards. Please don't. That causes you to draw cards and make money. I just don't know the name of it. What's the name of that card? Arkham, it's hard. Reverse counts kill deck? Vincent, we're so far away from that. FC1. What's that one that makes you draw cards? It's like personalized portal? Yeah. Yeah, this is terrible. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe we put 1 more ice in here and we're good. I know Legal Arms does that in Wayland. Yeah, Legal Arms also rotated. Say it. Yeah, pop-up I think is a bit of a trap because pop-up won't actually give us the money. It'll give us some money. It won't give us amazing money. Like pop-up might actually be comparably to Resistor, but they're not going to tag me, so actually probably not. I don't mind the Jua. Jua seems okay. Maybe just a hard end to run, like Enigma would be okay. Because we don't have a lot of hard end to runs. It's basically just gold farm in this. So how bad is this? We have 1 too many cards. Actually, 50 minutes is really good with team sponsorship. Don't even try with the number. And then with Cyberbox, Virus Deck, Sandbox. We maybe drop 1 of these. And then we have another influence, which we can spend. Holy shit, I hate this game now. Rhyme, it doesn't make any sense. We're not Glacier deck. Geo messes up Shaper and Chisel builds. I think it's not a bad call. I don't mind it. No Rashida in an FA deck. Oh, fuck, we forgot Rashida. Well, that makes this harder. Maybe, how about with Focus Group, we show our hand? Huh. Oh, they have to run too? Ugh. Ugh. We got so far away from the shipment from 10 an idea. Yeah, I think we do want Rashida. We're at 21 points, though. We are, aren't we? Oh, we are. We literally are. That's awkward. So what do we do? 15 minutes is like absurdly good in a fast advance deck. How do we remedy this? Do we play like a 3-1? So it's fun watching this train wreck idea. Yeah, right. What's your early econ? I don't know. Personalized partner Rashida, I think. I think our ability. I guess no way to get a Lacoste in there. No, really not. You're so off the rails from the start point. Have a great night, buddy. Jesus. Focus group isn't worth it. It's probably not. Well, then we take out the portals and that makes our deck probably a bit better. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a 1-up as like a panic card. I could see that being successful. And now we have 1 influence, but we also have to. No, we'll play 21 agendas. That's fine. And we have to play 1 more card. What's okay? I think 6, 7, 3, 7, 3, 16. There's actually a big chance that some of this could be cut for that like efficiency card I never know the name of. Can I FA without money to advance? Yeah, I'm hoping that GameNet just solves that issue for us. But I'm ready to be wrong. Psycho over focus group, we have no way of tagging people. QPM also, we have no way of tagging people. If we had more taggy ice, I would see it. We already have a preemptive. Like spicy 1 influence. What ice makes us? I want something that makes them spend money, so that our ability fires. So what could that pop? Engram Flash, am I right? Fairchild 1. Yeah, that's honestly not the worst, is it? Yeah, that's fine. This fires, right? No, but then they break it. No, but they break this. They just break it. No. No. Almost. Are we not playing Hedge? What's up, Squared? Yeah, I think we have 3 of them. We're not playing IPO, though. We probably should. Can't keep it running out of them running. You're going to get your agenda stolen R&D lock. Got to FA while they set up. Yep. That's the idea. Hopefully. I'm ready to be super, super unhappy about this. There's really nothing? I don't know if we can afford Thurber. I don't know if we can afford what's it called? We have a lot of code gates. 7 credit toll booth, yeah, right? IRS, JK, yeah, that one rotated. Maybe we just do a Breaker Bay. I know it's not influence. Okay, how ass is this? Let's see what a draw's like. Okay, mandatory draw. This is 5. We mulligan that. And then we get this. And this is acceptable. So we do, I don't know, Gold Farmer Remote, Rashida, Jeeves, Don't Ice Centrals. Hopefully we're not against criminal. Draw 3 and 1. Okay, it's cool. So then I think we would do Gold Farmer. Actually, I think we would do like Free Lunch, Remastered, Arella, and Triple Advance. FTP or Toll Booth, I don't know. No, we have no Cycle because we have no tag. -1 Calvin plus Archived. Yeah, I kind of like that a lot better. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I think that's way cooler. Okay, we need a name. I'm just gonna call this live service because that's what I titled this stream. But it doesn't make any sense. This is probably not good. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. So let me scroll up. IP and turn block his value. I don't know if it's tags value. Okay, so you want to delete the deck? Just you left click the deck to select it. Oh, fuck, we can't. Okay, hold on. No, we can't. Left click the deck to select it. Tab 2, hit enter. Oh, this is a good start. How do I delete? I can just fix this. What? It didn't work. It worked. Yes. Yeah, Bree was eroded. That's from a long time ago in the chat. I think we just fixed it. I need to delete some of my decks. I'm assuming that I have so many decks is the reason that this doesn't load too quickly. Yes, we're back. Fuck off, bird deck. Here we go. This looks like a bit of a salad. I don't honestly know if we have a good way to score the foods out. We might need to go faster. Oh, no. We said we'd join this. No, thank you. All right, Thomas, I don't know if you're still here. This deck seems like it only beats noobs. What's up, VK? I don't know. There's a chance. There's a chance it can just like literally go fast enough. And there's a chance it gets enough money. I think you're right though that it's probably not the most powerful thing, but I just want to see how much money we can get off of GameNet. What's the splash screen look like? Yeah, that's a good question. I've been working. I actually been working on a new kind of animation, taking some art and animating it, which is a thing that I've done for the intro screen, and we have another one, so it's gonna be cool. All right, so we're against Kit, which is pretty good at breaking ice. I don't think they're pretty good at trashing assets or anything like that. So we can get an early team spo out. I think we can keep this hand. Archive Memories is a bit bot. We have one of our hard econ cards. Man, look at that. So proud of us. So we'll see how it goes. Jokes on Kit, most of the ice is already code gates. We have a lot of code gates. We really do have a lot of code gates. There's a chance that this deck is on Cordyceps, which I think is a pretty hot Kit card. I think Kit actually got some good breakers as well. I think Penrose is pretty hot in Kit if you're going stealth. All right, so we can kind of jam here. I'm not worried about turn one pressure. So this is an annoying card. We'll just kind of get this hanging out in there. And then this allows us to biotic out 4/2s, which would be really powerful. And I think we have the money to do it as well. Oh, that's not a Jeeves. I'm stupid. Hold on. I thought that was a Jeeves. This is terrible. Oof a doofa. Okay, not a Jeeves. I guess we'll just do R&D. No, I like the end to run on R&D. Oh, all the purple cards look the same. They'll have big trash costs, low res costs. All purple people on them. It's literally a button for hold on. That one? I don't know what that one does. I've never clicked it. You God? No. But thanks for asking. Yeah, totally. I was wondering, he really likes Team Spo. It's important to protect your Team Spo. We're gonna score 15 minutes and get that Turnpike installed. No clicks. Maybe even free, I think. Against Kid, always keep intimidation factor. It's also good against Kid to get like these hard end runs on the inside. Like we can put like a gold farmer or whatever we want. Not gold farmer, what's it called? Free lunch on the outside. So that at least if she's trying to trying to deal with you know, that, it can be pretty difficult because their ability will be eaten on the first ice. Proco, slow start, pretty good. Hopefully we get fast start. Would consider jamming out a global food. Behind a Turnpike? I don't know. This looks like it's a Aesop's deck, so their econ is going to be good later. And we have a Kala testing. I think we want to just set up and jam into any of that stuff. Looks like we have the ability to do it. So this is sort of protected. This card got a lot better. They've eroded this card so that when you flip it, this only matters for Haley if I'm not mistaken. But if you trash this and when it reinstalls itself, it does not, like, see the text, it's different. It doesn't install itself as a program. Actually, I think that's the old text. The new text has like the exclamation mark on it. Panic button. I lost the panic button. Against Kid, always keep. You probably an R&D lockout deck. Yeah, it's pretty likely that this could just be like a couple R&D interfaces and that's all they want. The new text has interrupt on it. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I thought I saw the new text online. Okay, this is an expensive play. It's an expensive play. I guess we can score a food out from hand. Oh, Jesus. This deck is making good money by forcing him to run every turn. I think we'll jam the Rella. All the Harbingers, no value. 3x Harbinger might be on Pawn Shop. Maybe they're just on Brahmin. Maybe they like Brahmin that much. They want to get these down early. No, yeah, I think definitely Pawn Shop. Fansite, yeah, that's fine. Kid only has 10 influence. This is 3 of them. This is a third of influence. There's the artist colony. So there. This means they can get a pawn up if we score. Wow. Whoa. We actually have the combo. Whoa. That's a 1 of BBG. They might rip the server apart. Like, ideally, we got the IP block on that before anything else. But that's the idea, is that we can, like, 5 advance this. Kali testing. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of money. We got to go fast. Yeah, this also might be a clot deck. And, like, that's the scary thing about Fan Site plus Artist Colony is the access to clot. We don't have a Cyberdex Fire Suite in this deck because did not consider that. But as a fast events deck, it seems pretty important. But, like, this is the exact problem we have where if they don't interact with us, we don't make any money. Probably not Clot with 3x Harbinger and Kit. No, that's actually a good point. Like, Clot's 2 influence, this is 3. So that's already 5. I don't know what else they would out and spend influence on. If they're on Penrose, maybe they need a Taka. There's a Talit, which could easily be Chameleon. Could be Penrose again. I think that's pretty good. This also gives them a link, which kind of matters. We do have a fair bit of tracing to go, but it's not a very good tempo card. And now they're SMCing. Are they going to run? This is where Jua gets kind of cool. Stimhark. All right, well, we lost the whole server. Joke's on them, though. We get a credit. This deck seems like it'd be better out of HB. I have no idea what you're talking about. We're spending, like, all the influence on Biotic Labors. Yeah, this is where the IP block would have gone, like, the distance. And it's just an Oiler. So, unfortunately, they're probably going to trash all of this. I think we just free res everything just so that we get value if they don't trash it. I've seen a lot of Gauntlet out of Kit lately, which I think is quite good there, honestly. So, I don't think this is implemented. No, it's not. So action before access, we'll just res stuff. We threw out a food there. I think we should have just waited for the IP block. I just felt like we were going a bit too slow. And this is some things to trash. It's like 4 credits. I probably should just build a Glacier game net and then build like a bad Asmari deck at the same time. So they can trash all the shit for free. Why do we res it? Just because if they decide not to trash it, at least we have it for free before they go ahead and trash the Breaker Bay Grid. They're relatively weak to Punitive. A single Punitive would kill them at this point. We have the credit advantage, and they only have 2 cards in their hand after this Stim Hack. Clearing out the server. Game Net, who are you? Sports Metal. I'm you, but stronger. Stronger is it's definitely an idea. Okay, so at least we can like jam them into the server as much as possible. I think we're gonna go for triple install, so we'll go ahead and res the Jeeves. They also lost this daily cast to the Stim Hack, which, you know, that's econ. We can't afford to res any of this stuff. I think we built a bad Sports Metal deck. Someone say Stronger Together? I don't think I've ever played Stronger Together. I think I've said this before. I think Stronger Together is a terrible inclusion for the core set. On the basis that it's like it accentuates the least fun part in Netrunner for people, which is like this integer math, and now it makes it even more fucking complicated. Archive for BBG? Yeah, it's a possibility. I think we might want it just because the server is really expensive. So they can trace through this. This actually doesn't matter that much. I think we do Archive for BBG, but I think we can draw once at least. Yeah, now if we do it, we actually... Oh, I didn't even consider Jeeves. Fuck. I guess we'll res it. More like Wronger Together. Yo, Corey, what's up? I'm around doing a stream today. Welcome. How's it going, Corey? All right, so here's where the money starts coming in and our money dries up. We have the ability to score a remastered edition, I think pretty elegantly from hand with a combination of Jeeves and or the calibration testing. A rel on top of that, it's just like additional cute value, which means we can like just stack the remote. I think at some point they'll just swing R&D and try and lock us. But again, when they go through this, it's expensive for them. It costs them 2 credits. It costs us, we gain more. And we also did see 1 more influence, so there are 4 influence in already with the Stim Hacks and the Harbinger. Stronger Together's fine on JNet, but bad IRL. Yeah, totally. Fanside. Okay, so they have no way to pull out a clot. We are off to the proverbial races. Do we even need a res calibration testing? I'm not convinced. Is it worth doing? It's a free counter and we recur it for free. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, Jeeves can't even fire. Yeah, I guess we have to do it. Wait. We can't even score it. What? I thought we'd be able to score it with a single calibration testing and a Jeeves. I'm stupid. Mechanics that are good digitally but not IRL and vice versa are super interesting. Even though I don't enjoy Hearthstone and play well a lot. Yeah, Hearthstone's really good at that concept. Yo, this is fucking garbage. Install 3 things, Jeeves advance. Yeah, we could have done that too, actually. Maybe we probably could have been more aggressive and put the gold farmer out here, just so that the money from this gold farmer ensures that we can res the money on this IP block. I think that'd actually probably be good, because then we have 2 end the runs. Right now, we're like super weak to Kit's ability. I think that's a fuck up for sure. Yeah, I like the triple install a lot better. The problem is like we put all our eggs into one basket, and they flush that basket so easily. Don't forget to res team sponsorship. Yeah, we can't even score though, Jeff. This is an Astro. This is the remastered Astro. Remastro. R&D interface. All right, here we go. All right. So they can see 2 cards. They can break code gates. We'll res it. This leaves us with enough credits to res the IP block and trace pretty proficiently into it. Also, if they do break this, they lose credits. We gain credits. Astro. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like they care about, like, they have the money to trash Chiefs. They definitely should. This is how they lose. Oh, they're going through it. Whenever you get to scoring. Has no further action. Fire? Okay. So now they can pay 3 or end the run. Looks like they're just letting us fire. This eats Kit's ability though. It's not optional. That's why I thought they were breaking, because this showed up. What? Why are they paying? They have a breaker. Am I missing something? I think they just fucked up. Yeah, I think they just try to want to jack out, and it's like, how much? It doesn't show up in the log. It doesn't show so. Started your turn with 13. Installed R&D. I don't think you paid anything. Well, the math adds up. If we draw the B, we could score that too if we already had the second Cali instead. Ooh, sports medal. They clicked while not encountered. Yeah, I think you're right. They might have clicked while not encountering. It's all good. So it costs them 4 and we gain 2. It's a 6 credit swing. Admittedly, we resed it for 3. It's a 3 credit swing. Just 2? Yeah, but they lose 2. Because anytime they break, they lose a credit, so it's basically 4 credits. You're technically right, though. It does cost them only 2 to get through it. You installed RDI for 4. They're currently mulling over how to make it more clear that you approach versus encounter. I like what they did here for JNet. Like, this approach encounter stuff is really important. Also, there's no ruling whether this means that they should lose 4 or only lose 3. It's not clear whether this ability fires per subroutine or per break ability. I'm very not sure. All right, pretty big swing. The FAQ is coming out soon. Yeah, they said it would come out like at the end of December. It just hasn't come out yet. I know that they're doing with like internal hiring and stuff like that too. So there's probably a bunch of stuff going on. It fires per sub, not break per bill. Okay, cool. That hasn't been clarified anyway, I don't think. Jade keeps assuring me it'd be out any day now. Yeah, right? It's probably because I jammed the button. Wanna undo click? And just rerun? We'll do it clean. Oof. Oh, that's cool too. The next cycle will be French Canadian themed. Oh, I wish I could speak more French Canadian. Jesus. Okay. So just take 3. Yo, Kyle, what's up? Late to stream. What deck is this? We made a game net deck. It's a fast events deck. It seems incredibly regrettable. How's it going though? Our ability is fired twice for 3 credits. Next cycle set in Greenland. Yo, like, I think it's super cool that like Netrunner has been doing a really cool job at showing parts of the world that don't get a lot of like representation and maybe at all, let alone in science fiction. Like we've been to Africa, specifically right around like Nalubale. We've been to Mumbai and all that sort of stuff. But I think part of me just also wants to see all yours to break. To see like what's up with like what's fucking Venice look like, or Italy, or you know, Slovenia. But I'm like down to see that stuff too, just because like seeing Neo Paris would probably be the shit. As cool as like, you know, we've actually seen a fair bit of South America too. That's where the beanstalk is, huh? Tell them to close prompt. Yeah, they did once though. I think I smashed that button way too many times. Venice is underwater. You're actually probably definitely correct about that, considering we know what the Statue of Liberty. It undoes the money you spend. So want Jackson Howard to come back as a runner. Yeah, Jackson could. I think there's some suggestions somewhere that would happen. 2 more. This run is taking a minute. Whoa, 1 more. Okay. Did they add an extra click? No, they just yeah, they did. They did add an extra click. Thank you. Oh, they got remastered. Thank you. Europe would be cool. Yeah, it would be. I think so. French Canada, though. I hear that's where all the shit is happening. Metropolitan Grid is there. I think Metropolitan Grid technically was meant to be like the mega city. That was meant to be like Ottawa, Montreal, and then like northeastern America, but not like Boston. Like, let's just say there's a huge city somewhere in Vermont. Oh, it's all good. All right, so we're down 2 points. Down 4 points. Keep your filthy runner hands off for corporate lord and savior Jackson Howard. Yo, Jackson Howard's the kind of dude to be up to some dodgy shit where like very easily trade sides. I don't trust that guy. Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. I don't think it's Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, because I think Toronto is like Toronto, Mississauga is Torsog. You already got your grid over there. And I think I would assume Torsog would probably be closer to like Toronto, Mississauga, and then maybe Buffalo. I'm assuming that might have like basically all of Lake Ontario would become one thing. I guess Quebec City would probably be in Metropolitan Grid. I don't represent Quebec very well. I don't. Jackson Howard, the novella Monitor, was a creepy dude. Are those worth reading? So I know you're not asking me, but that was the only novella that I've read. Is I did read that one specifically because it was written by Lee Alexander. I hope that's the right name. And I thought it was pretty entertaining. It also has a lot of Max in it, which is fun. Okay, it looks like we got off lucky. Just kidding. So we are going to do our thing here. Do we need a calibration testing? Wait, can we combo out here? So we could do. I think we just do. Fuck. Okay, hold on. So we can do quad advance on this, which would let us install a card from hand, 2 cards. It would let us install a calibration testing and a food, which would be cute. And then we could basically do nothing with it. Now, the other option, I think we definitely want a gold farmer on here. So I think we just maybe just do quad advance, a Rela, something into the remote, like another calibration testing. Sorry, we team spo back. I just don't know whether it's right to triple advance or to quad advance. What's in server 2? It's this thing that we're gonna res for sure. A Rela GFI? No, we definitely score the Rela GFI. But, oh, you think we Rela GFI in here? Yeah, you're probably right. And then we just put this on the remote. Whatever. We're just gonna get locked on R&D. That's a problem. I just don't know whether we quad or not quad. If we quad, we keep this. We get another one in. Or we can Rela that one in. That's kind of fun. And we can put the gold farmer. I think we Rela the food in. Oh man, we could have scored a 3-2. I can't figure this out. It's too late. This is more expensive. Oh wait, hold on. Arella. This into server 3. Teamspo. This into server 3. So then we can put 2 counters on it. But now they clot. They can clot. But we basically can put 2 more counters, 3 more counters on it. Oh, we could have chained these things together. This is terrible though. Novels I've read: Free Fall and Strange Flesh. Pretty good. Pre-Dead Netrunner. I didn't know that. Also, what's up, Shaz? I didn't know there was a Tenma one. The novels are all pretty fun, but not the best literature. Monitor, very good. Monster Slayer, just okay. The Mimic Golem novels were a little better. Yeah, we could have triple advanced it and just put this one from our hand. I forgot there was one in archives that we cared about. The thing is, like, they can flush this remote out so easily, and then we lose to R&D lock. Like, this is a terrible remote. This is a garbage remote. Shipping from 10 is a trap. There's no way we can ice up everything, and if we do, we're slow. Maybe we should have just been more slow, and this is the problem, is that we have all this, like, acid spam shit. But, like, they have double fan site and R&D lock. They played the original Android board game on FFG Live recently. I hope that's disturbed interest before an announcement. No shit, I love Android. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing with that. That's kind of cool. Yo, actually a real thing. So Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed till, I believe, September. It was meant to come out in March. And I think the delay is definitely a good thing. I think a lot of people could have seen that coming. It's a very ambitious title. But I think more importantly, yeah, we lose. I think more importantly, the fact that this game will probably bring more attention to Netrunner, considering that's like literally a word in the game. Like, it's a class, if I'm not mistaken, that you can be. So it's just gonna get that sweet SEO, stuff like that. And the fact that it was delayed to September should line up so that at that time, at least for a while now, Nisei will have the like welcome to Netrunner kind of set. And that's a really big deal, is that it's a very easy entrance point. So I think like the delay of Cyberpunk 2077 is like a really big thing. Yeah, I guess we lose now. Netrunner is a class in Cyberpunk. Oh, perfect. Yeah, and they actually show you what netrunning is. It's obviously not a card game. It's like, you know, a first-person RPG. But I just really like the idea that now someone's like, oh, I played Cyberpunk. How maybe I'll try this Netrunner thing and be like, here's the system core. Go get him, Tiger. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. I can't link in here, but if you find their YT channel, you'll see it. Yeah, FFG streams pretty consistently. Gwent was a card game. Yeah, actually, no, that's also really important, Jogging. Specifically a community person from CD Projekt Red says that they have no plans to make a card game. I don't know the card game in 2027, but there was a lot of rumors at the time that it got canceled. FFG canceled it. Breaker Trace. They said somebody like a community manager or a community developer said that they're not planning on making a card game. The problem is that we're losing, and it's really slowly. Like, they're on game point. I think we're gonna lose. I'm thinking is Netrunner is a class, right? Yeah, maybe. I never did any of the RPGing or anything else like that. All right. No further action. Okay. They lose one. We gain one. Joke's on them. Hacking game and have to win his runner to get into the thing. The game turned into real clusterfuck. Yo. All right, they're making it a code gate. They could just trace it. Like, they have way more money than us. I don't know if you need to use a Plonky counter in this. Maybe they want to remove the whole server. That's why FFG's A&R was purely a failed boardroom battle, sadly. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like they just couldn't come to an agreement. Action before axe. I'm actually not going to res anything because I'm going to assume they're going to trash everything and this kind of like fucks with their access order. That's probably not a real thing. What? Huh? Oh, here we go. Fuck. They ended the run. Ask them if they're sure before they access work every time. That's a good one. We've done that before. Just undo click. The death of FG's A&R was purely... I've read that, yes. I don't know about 2077, but Cyberpunk 2020 is a skill-based game that doesn't have any classes in the D&D sense. You have a career, but it doesn't really line up. Yeah, I know the, like, they did, I think they redid, like, the source book. I think that's how RPGs work. They redid the Cyberpunk 2020 book, so it's like more accessible than ever, just because, like, you know, people gave a shit because of the new game. Oh, we could kill with Junebug, remastered into Junebug. That's lethal. They're not respecting that. I respect the decision both sides make to preserve their companies and IPs, but it sucks as a player. It really does. But I think the worst thing, obviously, about it was that, like, the game was, Boggs was doing good. Came out of nowhere. Feels bad, man. Yeah, you gotta break it. Nice. This is still pretty expensive, right? Like, they spent 7 credits on this run. 8, because they lost their credit. Like, this server's doing surprisingly good against Pelagi Oiler. I don't know if you played a new Marvel game, but Boggs worked on it. It's fun. Yo, I talked about this earlier in the stream. I played it this weekend. I played it with Pat, and we played through a bunch of it. And since then, I put it on Tabletop Simulator. And I've been spending a lot of time thinking about my opinion of that game. And honestly, it might derail the whole show, because I feel like I could speak about Marvel Champions for like a fucking long time. And I also, like, the day prior, Quentin Smith's review for the game came out. Just recently, about what he thought, and he compared it a lot to Arkham Horror LCG, which I think is a very, like, apt comparison. They have a lot of the same systems. Austin says I like Arkham Horror better though. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. There's like so many things about that game that fall so short to me. I'm just like so surprised of how that game doesn't deliver what I hoped it would deliver to me. The theme does nothing for me. So yeah, okay. I guess we're going to start this conversation while this game goes on, I guess. It's worth noting that this was an uphill battle. I grew up, I liked Spider-Man a fair bit. I grew up reading old Spider-Man Batman stuff, right? The stuff. It was good. The essential stuff. It's good Spider-Man. I was a kid. Fucking Spider-Man's cool when you're a kid. Spider-Man's probably still cool. The Spider-Man animated film was great. But like over the last, like, I don't know, it seems like 2 decades now, kind of like the inundation of the superhero thing on top of like the really fucking scary Disney owns all your entertainment, we're not NBN thing, has put me like far off of that theme, where like I'm just not excited about anything that has the word Marvel on it lately, which sucks because that's like all of the entertainment. Spider-Man is still cool. Yeah, totally. Batman could beat up Spider-Man? I don't think so. Okay, but there's a lot of like weird things about Marvel Champions. That's the game, right? That like get me, like, I don't understand exactly what's happening. Okay, so the first thing, it's based off of like Arkham Horror LCG, which is based off the Lord of the Rings LCG, things I haven't played, but it's largely a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. I'd argue that I like Marvel Champions a lot better than I'd like Arkham Horror as a 1-player game. I think that has something to it. And I played a couple 1-player games on Tabletop Simulator last night just to like really try it out because I don't think I knew the full rules. But there's like a lot of weird things to it that like don't get me. It has like a different economy. It's meant to be like a more simple game where it's very easy to grab pre-constructed decks. There's deck building, but it's not like you have to keep a deck through a scenario or through a campaign and you like spend influence and all that stuff. It's just like grab a deck, go, and you play it against an enemy encounter. It's usually like one big villain, and then the villain's up to some side scheming. And then on top of that, they encourage you to take other like villainous stuff, like other side schemes, like a bomb threat or like this rogues gallery, and shovel all that shit together. So it's like really good at tuning the difficulty of your game or the experience that you want to pursue. And I think that's very, very cool. And you can pick it up, you can play with friends, you can give them a deck, and it's pretty good. Rules explanation is pretty simple. You got cards. Every card you play comes into play. You can use them immediately. You have allies, and that's largely it. To pay cost cards, you throw out other cards in hand. Every card has a value in terms of like energy provides and a cost in the top left corner. And that's all you need to know. There's no like tokens as credits. It's all like very simple, very streamlined. Hold on, we got to figure this out. I think we need to get this on R&D or we lose. All right, I bought it some time. Have you played Sentinels in the Multiverse? Can you compare Marvel to that? I played 2 games of Sentinels in the Multiverse, and I thought it was the worst thing. I had no fun with Sentinels. We're going off track here, but Sentinels feels like the card game design as of like 15 years ago, which I assume it came out 10 years ago, where it's just like on your turn, you do 2 things and you draw 1 card, and it feels like you play your hand. I played a scenario with 2 other people and we played against like a hard enemy, and like we literally had no choice. It doesn't matter how well we played, we had no choice. Like we had no chance, and that was just kind of it. It's like these are bad decks for the scenario, and there was no level of play that would help you win the game. Okay, we're going off track, off our track. Yeah, okay, let's come back for that. I don't know enough about Sentinels to speak about it confidently, but I know I didn't like it. Now, Marvel has some weird things to it because it's not a campaign structure. And I think that campaign structure is a really big thing that grabs me to the game. The idea is that I have a deck with a character into it, and my deck evolves over time. And I'm aware that this makes it very unapproachable. And I think it's cool that Marvel is super approachable. But Marvel, you just sit down, one and done, and that's it. And so how much do you care about the scenario? It probably depends on how fun it is. And so it's a bit different because you don't have any of that the game, the like that sort of like fucking story stuff. And I'm telling you, how little story stuff there is in this Arkham game, I was shocked. Like, for instance, I'm an Arkham LCG fan. Yeah, it's worth saying I own every Arkham LCG thing besides the books, which I don't care about. For instance, it has the very same structure as Arkham LCG, which is you have your turn. So everybody has their turn. In Marvel, it's a bit more structured. You don't choose the turn order. It's just like you're the first player, I'm the second player, whatever. You do that. And then after that, it's the enemy's turn, and then a bunch of bad shit happens to you, and you have limited ways to interact with it. And how bad it is in Arkham, you can prepare for it, right? Like you have some you have some understanding of how bad it's going to be. We can try and score this. Install, advance. No, we can't. Okay, so in Arkham, how bad things are is entirely up to randomness. It's like the only randomness in the game, besides obviously like deck RNG of your own personal deck, and it's I found it very volatile. Like I found there was a chance, and this is kind of the problem where it's not attached to a scenario. I was playing single player, and by turn 2, I might be playing the game wrong, and I think that's actually maybe an issue, and maybe undermines this whole conversation, because it's like similar to LCG, Arkham Horror, but like different enough that it feels weird. It's like, oh, but this step is here now, like the enemy's attack after this phase, like it's strange. But the idea is like on turn 1, I got really unlucky as She-Hulk, and I pulled my villain card, my nemesis, and suddenly I don't know her name. I think it's Titania, something like that. And she's in front of me, and she does like fucking 6 damage. And now the whole game is wildly different because I drew like the worst possible order, and the guy schemed for like a billion. Or no, I was in attack mode. Regardless, the point is because there's no story implications. It's for me, I just feel like, oh, I'm fucked. Like that's it. I can just like restart right now. Like it doesn't matter. I've lost this one because the RNG was bad. So now the problem I was finding is, why do I lose and why do I win? So let's say every time I play perfectly, and then I'm winning or losing based off of obviously RNG, but also I'm winning or losing on how well I play, sure, and maybe like how well I expect the deck to go in certain ways. But I'm losing or winning largely on how forgiving my deck is in draw order and how punishing the other deck is. And because I don't feel like this like relationship to like the story and it matters, it's so easy for me to be like, oh, by turn 2, I'm fucked. So maybe I can call this a wipe. Sorry, 1 second. And that makes me sound really shitty, that I'm only played to win. And sure, I could stick around and see the story, but like, I also don't see the point unless the game's really fun, and the game's not that fun if I'm getting fucked and it feels like I'm out of my control. I think on top of that, a really weird thing is there's like the solvability. I know Quentin talks specifically about the idea that the last turn is like super anticlimactic, because it is. At the end, the only way you can win is by killing the enemy, at least so far in the things that I've played. And killing the enemy is done by dealing enough damage with them. And there's like nothing in the game, like all the damage that you do, you have a card in Spider-Man that says do 8 damage. And there's no, that's it. It's not like it could whiff. It's not like there's modifiers like roll a dice, flip a card, chaos bag, any of that fun stuff. It just happens. So a lot of the time the last turn is like, oh, it has 13 health. If I spend my whole turn doing 13 damage, I can do it. And you don't even play the turn out. Now that does change in some ways, specifically in decks like where I have cards that can draw, or like I can flip Hulk and draw 6, so maybe I don't have it. Maybe that's exciting. But if I have it in hand, like the game's over. And I think that's super anticlimactic. I think that's like kind of lame that the last turn's like the least exciting turn a lot of the times. But I think the biggest thing that bummed me out, and I think this is a conceit that they made to make the game approachable. So there's 2 big threats in the game. One of them is the enemy. That has it can attack you and you can die. You literally have hit points. The game does a really cool thing where your card is either in hero mode or alter ego mode, and when you're in alter ego mode, like, you're pretty safe. No one's gonna fight you because you're like green lawyer or high school student. But if you are in that mode, the villain is off scheming, and if they get enough scheming going on, you just lose the game. So the other option is to go into hero mode, which means you can fight and you can reduce scheme, but you're vulnerable to attacks. And I think that's such a cool system, and it's like very easy to understand. Unfortunately, when it comes to like other stuff, like we were playing basic Rhino, and then you draw this like scheme deck from the counter deck, and it says like, oh, there's a bomb threat. And so you're like, oh, fucking cool. This is cool. I'm playing Spider-Man. I'm dealing with the Rhino, and there's a bomb threat somewhere else in the city because Hydra's up to their hijinks. And then all it says is put 2 threat on this card. And that's literally it. And it has like gameplay mechanics. Like some of them say this accelerates, so now if you don't deal with this, there'll be more threat every turn. Or some of them say like, you draw an extra encounter card every turn. But like, there's no story. And that was like, I was so confused because I'm used to Arkham where you draw a card and it says like, okay, now this is happening. So all the cultists are up to this. So now like how you win slightly changes, or how the enemy's attacks slightly change, or now all these things get plus health, but you can talk to them. Like the impact of the bad shit that happens has an impact on how you play the game. And so for all the things I've seen, and of course this is the core set, and they have announced like campaign scenarios coming on later that have more story driven shit, has all been super simple. It's all just been like, yeah, that's more threat, more threat. More threat, draw a card, more threat. You have to deal with this threat first. And that's such a bummer when I want to feel like Spider-Man, where it's like, there's a bomb over here. I got to do this. I got to rescue civilians. And if you rescue 3 civilians, maybe the bomb threat doesn't matter. Like, that shit doesn't exist. And I understand why. It's a simple game. The rules are very teachable, but like, it's missing even like those, the story narratives that I can feel like a superhero, as opposed to like, I reduce 3 scheme or 3 threat, which makes me not feel like a superhero, which I think is what they're trying to do. Unfortunately, this purge sucks. At least gets us money. Oh, sorry, we should have asked for action. Whoops. Oh, they have no money. We're fine. Hold on, chat. I haven't checked anything because I've been in my rant, but we will fix this. So, Cyberdeck Sandbox, yeah, free money. Okay, install a card into the remote. I think we have to install the fast advance piece. We are still far away from winning. At least the top of the deck is clean. Thank you. Okay, what's up? All right, chat. Sorry about that. She-Hulk's Nemesis the hardest in the core set. Yo, She-Hulk's Nemesis is fucking insane. 6 damage out of nowhere. And that's why I played games. I played games where like the enemy attacked and got like a 3 off the top, a 3 off the top. And it's like, wow, you just did 7 damage. I'm dead. And you go from like having 7 health when some cards only have like a health pool of 10 to suddenly bad luck, you're dead. So like, again, the difficulty of the game, and there's some games in which you just get very lucky. Like, and that's the thing is like, I don't know if I won the game because my deck is good. I don't know if I won the game because I played well. I don't know where I won a game if I just got very lucky. And like all that stuff is fine if when it's in the context of like a scenario game where like even if you fail, that impacts a story and you still have progress. Like that's what I love about Arkham. Like you can get absolutely pounded to shit. And Arkham's a hard game. Arkham is classically pretty difficult, but you can get absolutely destroyed in Arkham and you still go on to the second story and the story changes based off of how you were destroyed. And that's cool. Because then you care about being destroyed. But so far it's like, oh, the first 3 encounter cards really sucked ass. And now I'm probably not going to win. It's probably not going to be fun. I sound like a really shitty person that just doesn't like when it's going their way. And maybe that's kind of the mechanics of the game because there's so little ways that I can interact. Just like, I don't know. Another big thing I love about Arkham is the Chaos Bag. And the Chaos Bag does this really cool thing where even basic ass actions like attack, even like basic enemies have a chance of shitting the bed. And I'm aware some people might think that's terribly unfun, but I think that's really cool because it means that you can plan your turn out. You can't just be like, oh, 13 damage, go. It means everything is scary and that forces you to plan your turn out a bit more better. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do this because I'm going to do this first. I'm going to play before my teammate because if this fucks up, we have this like balance and it encourages conversation, encourages all this team play stuff that I didn't find to be a big thing in that other game. I think we're just going to click 3. We need to like preemptive to shuffle our deck at some point. Will Arella help us? Yeah, Arella has a chance of actually closing the game. 15 minutes would be a sweet rip. So I think we do triple install credit. I don't think we Jeeves. I think we do double install. Nah, we got some time. I like Marvel Champions, but yes, it left me wanting more. I would like to play Arkham. However, I played with 2 others. They didn't like Arkham, too complicated. And I totally see that. Arkham is complicated as hell. It's hard. It's hard to get into. And Marvel's really cool for being that. Being like, oh, you want to be a superhero for a bit? Cool. But like, I think I've tasted Arkham, so I'm kind of like, Arkham LCG is good. It's really good. Does it have that solo Marvel games last like 15 minutes? Arkham is like an hour and you still have to fill out a lateral checklist after. Yeah, it is fast. Like I played on Tabletop Simulator and I just like fucking ground out a couple games on my own. And like, yeah, it was cool. And I could see the deck building in that game being cool. The way that they do deck building, I think is fascinating. Not only do you pick like a hero and you have to play all the hero cards, you play some neutral cards, but then you have to choose like an aspect. And one of them is like good at defending people. One's good at thwarting schemes. The other one is like really good at fighting. And that's really cool. Like She-Hulk aggression plays way different than She-Hulk as defense. And I think that's awesome. And it makes it very approachable. Purge, don't click 3. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're totally right. I'm sorry. I'm like obviously in a lot of different places. Marvel needs something on par with the Dunwich train moment. I like that in HS where if you get your teacher to talk about their pet topic, you can make it to the bell without learning. What? What happened? Yeah, that's a rant. Wait, what? It works now? Huh? I didn't know it was automated. Triple clicking for 3 when you can click for 4. That's all Marvel's fault. I don't know. I recommend you to check it out. I think one of the cool things if you have a Tabletop Simulator, you can grab it and try it for free. And if you like it, I highly encourage you to buy it. I don't know the legality of Tabletop Simulator. It honestly kind of seems pretty dubious. That being said, here's JNet, but at least the game doesn't exist technically. They can't break through all this. I could listen to you talk about this for hours. Hey, Maddie. You already have so far. I don't know. Marvel does some really cool things, but also it just doesn't scratch it in the way it does. There's like some weird gameplay stuff that just doesn't do it for me. It's very integer heavy. It's very much do damage, do scheme. I don't feel like a superhero. I think the coolest things I played so far is I played She-Hulk, and She-Hulk is this really cool build where you jump between forms, and when you jump between forms, you drop a lot, and half the time you're a lawyer, and half the time you're a big green lady who punches stuff like really good. And that was fun. Fuck yeah, that was fun. TT has effectively no enforcement. I don't know what's happening. This has been a kind of a mess. They don't have enough money to get through this. Sure. You can just check it. I gotta fire the subs. It's annoying. Or play better games on TTS. Oath is on TTS right now, by the way, and I think officially, which is kind of cool. If you want to try that out. We'll purge next turn. Don't worry. It's actually a really good purge because of Pelungi. If you get a chance to play a Miss Marvel aggression, you feel the bogsiness. I'm like, that's the thing, is like why Marvel was so cool to me. Like I played it, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. And then I was like, oh, I want to see what the other decks do. And then I see like the design document or like the marketing material for this new upcoming, I forget what they're called, but it's a prison break and there's 4 enemies they have to deal with at the same time and they all work differently. Or what's her name? I don't think she's a cool superhero, but I don't know much about her. The one that like seems out of place in Marvel films, the lady. There's like the lady and the archer, and they just don't seem anywhere up to class when it comes to like big green man and robot suit. Help me out here. But like they seem cool. They seem really cool. They like have more interesting things and more nuance. And sure, always the core set, but like I think we preemptive. Their economy is kind of poop. Ooh, this will be good. Okay, check this out. Purge. Haha. And we'll put this on R&D because that's how we lose. I think we've all agreed to that. Black Widow, thank you. Scarlett Johansson, yeah. Yeah, she looks cool. Like she has this cool combo deck where you play preparation cards. And I saw like, yeah, I think that's Miss Marvel we're talking about, right? The like elasticy little girl. And like, yeah, she seemed kind of cool. And that's the cool thing, right? Is that it does open up different ways to play, where it feels so much more of like why I'm winning and why I'm losing is based off of like how I use my resources and stuff like that. Which is cool, as opposed to like Spider-Man wants to get punched in the face consistently. I think your Barry Infested Arkham player champions is meant for you. That's what I worry about, right? Like maybe I'm too far into it, but like I'm pretty cool at playing multiple things similarly. You're right, they scratch the same sort of itch, so that's kind of like a harder sell. Despite all the total reasonable criticisms, I quite like it. I can see it. I can see why this is a really big thing for a lot of people. And like I don't mean to harsh on it. Like these are my criticisms. There's also a lot of cool stuff in it. And like I don't give a fuck. You don't have to care what I think. It's an uphill fight too, by the way. Like I know there's so many people that are so jazzed about like Marvel heroes and like power to you. It's just not been my thing. That said, if you ask me whether I'd rather play Spirit Island or Marvel Champions, I'd probably rather play Spirit Island. Yo, I don't get it. I played Spirit Island once. Maddie and I played with my brother and his wife. It was like way too late on like a Friday night. We were home for the holidays, and I don't think they did a good job explaining the rules, I'll be honest. And I know this game is on the top of like everybody's like top board game list. Like, oh, this is the thing to play. You'll love it. It's fucking the best. And then I didn't enjoy it at all. It just kind of felt like a more complicated Pandemic, but at least the roles felt different. But like, did not give it a good chance to shine. I was tired. I wanted to sleep. Okay. Maddie says, oof, Spirit Island. Yeah, I know. I actually sold my Arkham collection, so I think that's skewing my opinion of Marvel. I just couldn't dedicate the time to Arkham. Arkham is really hard to dedicate time to. I'm actually interested to try playing Arkham two-handed, but I don't think that's possible unless you buy like those little things that like Scrabble pieces go on. You know, those kind of like card holders. Because like I'm not holding 2 cards, hands of cards. What do you think I am? If we put Arella in here, they might just run Arella. Can we draw once? It's risky. Fuck me. I don't want to ace HQ. That's like hella suspicious. Stall advance does not do it. Cali testing. We're not fucking whatever mirror morph. Okay, we'll put in the remote. It's a bait. Even though I guess we can't score this. Spirit Island has different levels too. I don't think I said hi, Triclon. If I did, apologies for saying hi twice, because that seems disrespectful. I'm with you on Spirit Island. It's way too complex for what it offers. It does seem fiddly. Spirit Island also has that same problem, and I guess I don't know. Do all games have that problem where it's like the last turn and you're like, oh, we've won, and there's no like you've won before the turn is over? It felt like that had it. But I know people love it. I do two-handed Arkham. You can also just use a large table and use left, right side for each player. Yeah, and then you just play face up, right? Like you just play your cards on the table. I think that's probably reasonable. I feel like I just want those wooden card holders. So maybe your way is actually better. Two-handed Arkham, for me, it sounded like a nightmare, and then I realized like, oh, it's just like playing a video game where you have two characters, like a Commandos game or something. I've never played Commandos. I'm assuming that's an accurate representation. Dune is amazing for games that go down to the last play. Netrunner doesn't have the problem. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Dune looks cool. I don't know much about the Dune world or lore or anything like that. I watched, again, the Shut Up and Sit Down review. I recently picked up, and I'm like a huge Shut Up and Sit Down like fucking fanboy apparently. I picked up Undaunted, which I'm excited to play. I just found Chinatown recently, which was out of stock for a while. I'm really excited for that. Unless it's CI. I don't know if you know about Leader Games, but their latest is basically a thesis on how the last turn should always be powerful. Yeah, Oath. I haven't kickstarted it, but I want to see what people say about it. I think, what's it called? I've been struggling to put Root on the table and enjoy it. I think Root has a bit of too much king making for me. But also, like, it's really important in Root to have all the players that know the rules and play at an equal level. Otherwise, it's a runaway. Ah, we lost. Fuck. Could have had it. That was a terrible game. Honestly, we could have gemmed the agenda. They didn't even want to contest the remote. And we had actually a chance digging out of that. Like, that Beal was pretty easy if we kept it in hand with either Biotic and or any of this stuff. And then we just kind of, like, jammed the 15 minutes. Yeah, I could have had it. Chinatown is a classic. I'm, like, so excited to play Chinatown as a game with, like, basically no rules. And I love those sort of games. You have to play with the right people again, because if you don't have people that are proactive about conversations, like, they just be like, I think I'm good. And, like, that's not going to be fun. One game. Hey, thanks for the game. That game. It's easier to keep competitive game interesting to the last turn than a PvE game. Yeah, for sure. Yo, Andrew, what's up? Keyforge has the same problem. Nobody plays the last turn out. Wait, for real? Why? I see there. Keyforge was like the other thing that the people at Shut Up and Sit Down suggested. Like, hey, you want to play like a quick pick up and go game for like 2 players? Pick Keyforge up. And I do actually own, like, I own 5 or 6 Keyforge decks. Maddie and I, we were in Slovenia, and we were like stopped by a really well-stocked board game store in Ljubljana that had like really good prices too. I was super impressed. Tiny space. They used it really well. And we just picked up 2 Keyforge decks and like we played them, and it was a nice way. I was kind of feeling poorly one evening, so we're not gonna make any changes to this deck. It's perfect. If you're just tuning in, what's up? We're talking more about board games than anything else. You can't stop the last forge. It's kind of pointless. Oh yeah, I see that for sure. I think I've been lucky enough that most of the decks I play have some way to cheat it, but I've also found myself in situations where it's always like, oh, I can stop you from forging, and then to be like, okay, next turn, to be like, I have to still play the same faction because I have an artifact that stops you from forging or something, and it just kind of gets a bit like clumsy, but I see the appeal. Most of the strong powers in Spirit Island take effect after the invaders, who can take you by surprise. Has anyone played Blue Moon? Did faction deck building before Netrunner. It did not co-op. It's not co-op, but it's a very interesting head-to-game game. I've never heard of that. Watch a few games of Oath and read through the design diaries. It's got a lot of Pax Pamir in it. Pax Pamir is too expensive. How does everyone have Pax Pamir? It's a really expensive game. And I don't know if I'll like it enough. Is Pax Pamir more than 2 players? We'll mulligan this. Alright, against Hoshiko, it could be anything. We're opening up with an early BBG, which is good as a 1-of. We have the Kali as well. We have Hedge Fund Afshar to protect HQ. I think we could probably just play these 3 and set it up. We could try and protect our Jeeves. We also could just do draw Hedge Fund into Afshar, and I think that's probably fair. I don't know how they would trash this early. They probably leave it. Even if they trash it, like, it's not the worst thing, because we generally have more of these. I drink a lot of Blue Moon. Does that count? Hey-oh. Oh, hey, Thomas, thanks for the game. You win Keyforge at the start of your turn, so if you have the resources and win, they can't stop you. Just to go, I win, I guess. I was like really upset with like, we were at the 2016, I think, or 2017 Canadian Nationals, and people in the same space were playing, what's it called? They were playing Lord of the Rings. No, sorry, Game of Thrones, and people were conceding after Mulligan. From what I've heard, the game has become much better now, but like at competitive top levels, conceding on Mulligan was like kind of a thing. Do you have to protect this? Yeah, probably. I like to play more Food Chain and Feast. Food Chain's also another one that's like I don't think I have the right group of players who would enjoy it because Food Chain's also like a brutally complex and like cutthroat game from my understanding. Also, it's pretty expensive. It's not like I can grab it and try it out. It's on Tabletop Simulator. Slovenia is a jewel in Eastern Europe. It's not Eastern Europe, but you're right about the jewel thing for sure. You could have jammed? Yeah, we could have. I've actually been getting back. Have you been to Slovenia, Aaron? I've actually been getting back into cribbage lately. It's one of the best two-player games ever invented. There's a cool app on Android called Cribbage with Grandpa, and you basically create your own grandpa in a grandpa editor they have, and you play cribbage against him, and he teaches you the game, and he makes jokes, and he cheats sometimes, and it's fucking cool. And I learned how to play cribbage this last weekend, and it feels good. I used to play cribbage with my dad. I totally forgot. It was two players, like totally reasonable. Moshing, whoa. They threw out Ice Carver, Data Sucker, Odore. Okay. So Icing Up All Centrals probably matters because I think they're on Ice. Well, they're definitely on Data Sucker. We want to find like a gold farm. Fuck. We want to find a. Why are we not rezzing our shit? Biotic would be cool. We only have two. Wait, he cheats? I don't know. Because there's like when you make a grandpa, there's a chattiness bar and I think a cheating bar. Maybe I thought chattiness was cheatiness, and maybe I got scared. But like, you can choose his personality, and some of them are like chatty, some of them are sneaky. It's cool. Check it out. I think it's free. Maybe it's like $3. I don't know. I like Zimbabwe over Food Chain Magnet. They're similar, but Zimbabwe's quicker. Oh man, cribbage has made me a revival at lunchtime gaming. Yo, cribbage is like really easy to play. Okay, if one of these survives, then we got him, right? I'm so surprised how bad Jeeves is in this deck. Like, I'm assuming we can install Agenda, advance, advance, advance. We can't. Get me an ice. Yeah, good enough. I've been to Slovenia. It was beautiful. It was like Czech Republic, ugly. Slovenia, great. Slovakia, back to ugly. I can't say anything about those other countries, but Slovenia, I'm like obviously biased as shit, but like kind of the best. All right, this is expensive. Like it's a tag, it's a 4-credit swing. I guess we rezzed it for free. 2016 or 2017? Like I think I was there. Were you playing Lord of the Rings? Fuck, Game of Thrones. Wow, they paid 4. I guess they do have a link. No further action. You can trash the Kali testing. It's fine. Definitely best. Yes, very good. You get +1 credit. I think I got it. Oh, I did it. Have you played this card game called Shopkins Go Fish? That's a type of hotness I get to play daily. I haven't. Oh, I see what this is. I know what Shopkins are, unfortunately. Damn. Is that not right? What's that? Oh! Yeah, they traced. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah, very good, very good. Have you ever played Tak? It's a good one. Even my partner always kicks my butt. Yo, I was looking heavily at picking up a copy of Tak. It looks cool. It's very abstract and pretty, and I'm actually a big fan of abstract games. I think I like Hive a lot, but I actually more recently picked up Santorini, and I think that's scratching the itch. And Santorini is like, I think a lot more approachable for people that are not into like hard abstract. Fucking Santorini is kind of hot shit. I'm a big fan. You think they'll run it every turn? Oh, are you still looking for Orange Netrunner cards? I actually picked up a lot. I think it's something I'm always interested in. I use them to double sleeve cards, and I've played a couple games, but I think I have a couple hundred. I don't know if I should get more. I feel like we're just throwing shit away here. A predator doesn't like games where you have to think far ahead, though. Yeah, I don't know. It's an abstract game. What can you do? You were there for Imperial Assault. Oh, super cool. Just running archives. It's really good, right? Like 3 credits, they ensure an access. They get their DreamNet credit and card. It's also like we've played Santorini before on checkerboard stuff like that. Like it's very easy to set up a simple Santorini if you don't have the proper appropriate like attire. I think we can try and score here. In theory, they have SMC, so we should ask if they want to clot us. If they do, we're fucked. Okay, cool. So we're gonna res everything. We can do this all in one click. We don't have a reason really to res Jeeves. Man, we should just put Junebug in this deck. That'd be sweet. I wish we had another ice. So basically, you have to run it, but they're making like what, 2 creds a turn? One of my favorite 2-player games is Lord of the Rings Confrontation. It's basically a reskin of Stratego by Rainer Knizia, and it's wonderful. I didn't know Rainer did Stratego. Speaking of primary abstract designers, if you're willing to pay for ship, I can send you what I have. I grabbed some A&R, and they've just been sitting in a box. Is it like a lot of stuff they know? I might be interested. That's cool, thank you. Do you used to play? Hit me up if you want to send me an email. That's an easy way to do it. I'm at metropolgrid@gmail.com. Okay. Wow, they're making a lot of money. Puemo, Kiko, Rizeki, DreamNet. They trash their sponsorship, which, you know, can't blame them. Well, I see how this works. So we just can't score this. We do install advance, advance, and then we just don't get another click. Why is Jeeves good in this deck? Oh, hold on. We're on game point, my friends. I got 10 damage Junebug to fire their Jin case past weekend. That's all that matters. That was lethal. I'm assuming that was lethal. If it wasn't lethal, my god. This is a good res. One thing I really like, I want to actually try and trap Jinteki instead of Junebug just to play the other one. What? Oh, that's a terrible install, right? Because they can't break all the subroutines. Metrapol, it's more like this. Hold on. Yeah. How can you cheat? No, wait. How we built one. Like I think we had checkers, and I think we might have had something from like 100 Spiele, like a box of just other board game stuff. Fire. So we game 1. So like. Oh, okay. Whoops. Got it. After so brutal on game night, it's so good. You just need 3 levels for the buildings and 4 characters. Yeah, so we basically use like pawns, like regular ass pawns. And then that's kind of all you need. And then we just basically did like 3 checkers, and that's good enough. And a dome was like the 4th checker. I think you have enough checkers. We probably don't. I was caught and I was Hollywooding it hard. Dated. Wow, this is a drip deck. What do the people classically call this? There's a name for it. Congress? Man, this is bad. Oh, we already have a Jeeves. Do we bait them through this? I think we do. Resing this would be sweet. The thing is, like, they break it and we lose a credit. It costs them only, like, what, 2 credits to break it? If they use enough data sucker pressure. This is another turnpike. Yeah, it's a good res. You don't get 1. I put it back. Do you play with powers in Santorini? Yes. Yeah, we do. It's fun. They're not balanced. They're not pretending they're balanced. But definitely. I even got the expansion. It was a Christmas present, and I haven't tried it yet. Ooh, it's more money. Unless they don't boost, then it's not more money. This size is like relatively taxing. Boosting? I don't know if it happened. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Something I love about Cosmic Encounter, the powers are imbalanced, and sometimes people need to team up against a blatantly OP. I've never played Cosmic. But I've heard good stuff. And I know they're doing like a dual version, but they're also doing like a 15th, whatever, 10th anniversary or whatever it is. Oh. Cool. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people's like love for board games. It's like one of those games that shows up not as often as like Catan or Dominion or whatever, but it's there as a classic. So that's the Jeeves. They have a tag, and there's 5 credits of trash. We have so many code gates. This Amina is gonna eat us, but I guess multiple code gates is better than Amina than fewer. So do we res the free Jeeves or the server 3 Jeeves? I think we res the server 3 Jeeves just because our money situation is a poop. And I think we do triple click hedge. We're so fucked. I guess with Jeeves we can do biotic. Yeah. Biotic, install, advance. This deck probably just wants more biotics. Removing a tag feels good. 6 credits a turn. We're keeping up with it. Dominion best board game hands down. I don't get that. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I liked Dominion a lot when I first played Dominion. I really did like it. But then since then, I don't know. I haven't played with all expansions, but I feel like there's so little interaction. It feels like just people waiting for their turn so they can show off and do their own thing. It's worth noting that I've played a fair bit of Ascension on my phone, and I think that might even be worse. But I don't know. It's like any day of the week, I'd rather play Trains or like Arctic Scavengers or like Undaunted, like all these like way more interesting. What's it called? But deck builders. Trains is also really good. They have an Odore, which deals with sentries pretty well. They can trash. Oh wait, we'll res this for free before they can trash the BBG. Best deck builder is Arctic Scavenger for sure. Arctic Scavenger is good. It's not good as a 2-player game, I don't think. Because then, like, a lot of people just, like, put 5 cards down for a fight. I have a shit hand. But with multiple players, I think it's really cool. Star Realms is my favorite lightweight deck builder. Clank is super fun. I haven't played Clank. I feel like Star Realms, for me, had that issue that I get with like also with Marvel Champions where bad things happen to you and you have no control over them. Like I've been just like so much damage at one turn in Star Realms and you have to just sit there smiling and be like, oh yeah, this is fine. Can I have my turn now? I think that made me upset. Okay, how do they win? I don't know. I think it starts here. I think we have to build a remote. They don't look like they have an AI. I think icing up all centrals is probably a pretty okay place to start because they are on a data sucker DreamNet economy. Okay, good. Yeah, whatever. Can you trash BBG, please? Okay. Yeah, totally. You can't decide that after I do my turn. Did you hear about Rocket Man? It's a new deck building game by Martin Wallace. I don't know who Martin Wallace is or anything about that. What can you tell me? Clank and Space is great. Have anybody played Clank Legacy? I hear that's the one that's been kicking around a fair bit. This is the first time I've seen moshing in action. They throw out a Puemo. It's a redundant, a DreamNet, and I've had worse, which doesn't trash because it's not damage. I think this will be okay for us. They've installed a Gachapon. They have a turning wheel too. So we're going to roll in bones. So it's resource event. So there's 2 subs. They can break all of them so we don't gain any money. And we lose 1 credit. This ice is not great for us. I'm not sure how to describe it. I've never felt the Dominion was light on player interaction between tracking the opponent, deck attacks, province, duchy, dancing. I see what you mean, but it's like not the interaction that I think people crave. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we lose to this. We single-handedly lose to this. Well, we can't do anything with that money, so this is a good time to get a lot of credits. Cephalod, what's up? Cephalopod, excuse me. The quest for El Dorado is a good deck builder. The second endorsement of Clank and Space. I've heard El Dorado show up a fair bit, and people saying like, I don't like deck builders because I think they're a bit static, but El Dorado is a cool one. I don't know why though. I mean, the best deck builder is Slay the Spire. Yo, fucking every lunch basically this week, I've been doing a run on the new Slay the Spire character. It's not on Switch yet, and my god, is it the best one so far. Definitely takes the place of whatever that robot was. The acid spam robot. Counting as an interaction, Corey says. Wrecked. Clank Legacy, amazing, great story. Cool. I've been hooked on the subgenre of board games called 18xx. They're basically super nerdy train stock games. I know a fair bit of that, though. I know a lot of people are really into, this is good, this gives us money, into the 18xx. Like, it's a huge line of 18xx games. But I think there's a whole lot of these sort of games that I've never tried, like any of the roll-and rights, I think, or any of like this, what are they called? String games with trains? Oh man, they're fun, I guess. It's 5:30 here. Need sleep. Thanks for streaming the game. Hey, Thomas, get some sleep. That's late. Thanks for the game, too. Glad you could join us. We're not going to trace here, but if they boost, we get money. So, like, pop-up window, everything. Like, ours is really good. So, this sort of deck, like Acme, is probably pretty good in one of those fully operational decks where you want to go horizontal, just because every server you can ensure you get money off of. I could see that being a thing. The Watcher is so fun. What's the Watcher? Did you spell the Witcher Rock? STS is king. STS is so the king. Resource event. Okay, well, it used to be a good card. Martin Walls did Brass London. I think the original disc were at Ankle. Oh, okay. I never played Brass or London. Probably play interaction just isn't as important to me. A preference. Slay Spire's godlike. Want to finish Ascension 20 on red guy before trying the new character, but still stuck. I don't touch Ascension. I probably should because I'm consistently winning. And yeah, probably. I don't know. The monk in Slay Spire. Yeah. The Watcher. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, the blind character in Slay Spire is fucking rad. I'm like so into it. Okay, this protects R&D a fair bit. Archive Memories gets us nothing really consequential. We basically need to just like rip a sweet biotic. I'm kidding. We'll play this shit. Base game is way too... Okay, don't make me feel bad. It's way too easy. Okay. Oh, wow. Fuck. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They gain like 11 credits every turn. Eldorado has some good interaction in that you're racing along a board and can block each other. Your purchase can also make important cards available or unavailable to other players. So that was kind of yeah... That was the issue people have with Ascension, specifically at like bigger play counts, is that like what is available to purchase is so wildly volatile. I'll look into Eldorado if I can. So they're gonna flush out HQ here. I think I can see a legwork's worth of cards. So hopefully it goes terribly for them. Archive Memories, pretty good start. GFI, that's fine. Cyberdeck Sandbox, okay. Well now we don't have to protect HQ, and they don't get a turning wheel counter. Woof. Market rows that don't affect prices are the worst. Yeah, I feel like every game with market rows, they need to slide down or a row needs to leave or something. I actually just glued together yesterday one of those foam core divider storage solutions because I think someone's asked me this before on a stream. Hey, I have Dinosaur Island. How do I put it back in the box? And I don't fucking know. And I have the Extreme Edition and it's... Jesus, it's difficult. They can kind of face check into this. They have a link. Like, this is really not hard. Let's find a biotic. Honestly, I don't know what we're doing anymore. I didn't even consider Jeeves. I feel like this deck is terrible. Base STS is fantastic for learning the game. Ascension is great for slowly ratcheting up the difficulty. Okay, I feel everyone's pressure here. You're like, stop playing with your training wheels, you dork. Okay. I really like Suburbia's marker row because of the sliding. Yeah, Suburbia's marker row is pretty cool. There's a random Toy Story deck builder that I've been eyeballing. I know it's probably bad. I kind of want to force my family to play it. Get out. Like, the Toy Story canon? I've never heard of that. It's pretty great. Oh, they can break this for what? Free? Cool. Mind you, Ice Carver is doing some work. So here they access Arella, which I think they can afford to trash. Yo, Terrence Stang, missed the most Andre stream? Yeah, the last part has been us talking more about board games. How's it going, though? Everything else is, this deck is fucking shite. Oh, maybe we can mill him out and the snares will kill him. Don't you, what a dick. Trashing our Jeeves. That's our win condition. There are too many bad licensed deck builders out there. I'm doing good. Which ones are bad? Oh, we just drew it! Is it possible? No. Okay, well, we're gonna lose anyways, so we're gonna push our luck a bit here. Welcome to Shut Up and Match Ball Grid, the internet's foremost board game YouTube channel with a host obsessed with Netrunner. Yo, that used to be Shut Up and Sit Down. They used to have like a pretty, like they actually didn't do a good job hiding their obsession with Netrunner. Like it came up a fair bit. Did you see that log right there? You see that log? This is what happens when you don't play a rush deck. You play against like triple Rizeki, triple data folding. It's like you can never win here unless like people complain about border control, but like what do you do? Literally, what do you do? We made good money out of our ID. How has Yellow HB been? Bad. We were spending so much effort spending all these HP cards into our deck just so we can get an ID ability that gave us some money. Fake drips. Yeah, it's a lot. Quinn says a link tat. Yeah, I was eyeing that link tat for like a really long time. I feel like that link tat exists on a lot of people. I kind of like it, but also I don't know if tattoos are my thing. I know there's a fair bit of people that have Netrunner tattoos, and like, fuck yeah. Oh, we can win. It's possible to win this game. We need to top deck the Beal. I have a link tat. It's my only tat. Fuck yeah, Terrence. How big is it? Where'd you put it? I don't know if I knew that. Rizeki seemed like a tipping point for the start of turn drip. Yeah, but there's a lot of cards that are like pseudo Rizeki. This one's obviously the craziest one. Philly Clouds with only link shirts. I have one, and it's now too small. It's straight up too small. So I only wear it to like exercise or whatever. Small one on my ankle. God, I just prefer Mopus. Cool. All right, here we go. If I ever got a tattoo, it'd be a link tattoo. But I'm also a procrastinator. That's okay. You can get to it tomorrow. +1 link tattoo club. Like you have one or you want in? Okay. 500 subs? Fuck yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, so we can in theory win if they hit the food. No, we don't. Archive Memories, good start. We probably should learn Archive Memories for like a hedge fund just so we have more cards in hand. Wait, that doesn't actually make any sense. Link's the worst. Oh, you have one? Hell yeah. All right, if we red slot machine here, it protects us from the double Amina. And it actually, no, it's a terrible ice because... Oh no, it's fine. You can't roll them bones, so the runner just loses 3. So they can pay 4, or they can just lose 3, and they're actually pretty spiteful. Oh, we're gonna make money off this. Oh, they're jacking out. Okay, well. Don't worry, we're gonna rip the Beal off the top. We actually don't have enough money. Oh yeah, right, that's a problem. Oh, that's okay. It'll be over soon. And that's what's important. Nothing to see here. Just normal HQ. It's weird how people do have a really bad like relationship to Link because it was attached to a lot of non-fun shit. But it also means community and like interaction and all the cool parts of organized Netrunner play. Should put in those mergers. You goddamn right, you know it? Whoa! They just moshed their hand away for 3 credits. That's fucking sick as shit. Please trash this. It's so important that you trash this. Wrong game point. Why would they trash it? Fuck! We need it to their money. Ha, GameNet. Haha, Puemo. No good now. Are there, which viruses they have? None of these are viruses. Wait, how are they doing this? Why do they have this in their deck? Why do they have this? They have literally 1 virus. Why do they have 2 in their deck? Huh? The trashing trigger ID? No. For folding. Oh, yeah. Touche. Yo, Tobo, what's up? Sure, Link tattoos are rad. I just hate how binary Link is. Yeah, I know. Yeah, folding. Totally. This always a good start. Like, Kiko's a pretty good start for Link decks. For folding decks, excuse me. I don't know if you mentioned this, but what's your favorite solo board game and also your favorite board game in general? Hard question. Solo board game? I don't play a lot of board games solo. I just don't. I always feel like if I'm gonna sit down and do something solo, I'd rather do something digital. Almost always, just because they're. I don't know. It's just how it is. I don't think I've ever found something that's that compelling. Favorite board game in general? That's actually a hard question. Besides Netrunner, obviously. I'm a big fan of, like, it's weird. I get a lot of enjoyment from some of the abstract games, like Hive and Santorini. I think are really fun shit. I'll pull them out whenever I can. Fuck, we didn't win. Dinosaur Island, maybe? I have played Arkham Solo before, but like, do you know what's fun with Arkham Solo? Struggling with a friend. Or with friends while having beers and ordering food. Like, that's what we do on the regular. Like, 3 people come over, order some food, drink some beer, play through the scenario. I'm playing Patrice Hathaway. It's broken. It's absurd. I don't know what we're doing. I'm not even thinking. I'm just drawing for Beal. I think we should throw out agendas. This makes it look like we have an agenda. Patrice is how I cope with Max being unplayable. Yeah, right? Patrice, for those who don't know, Arkham Horror is a card game in which at the end you can click to draw cards. You have 3 clicks, kind of like Netrunner. And that's got to be something else. That would be fucking sweet. You can also, what's it called? You can also get a free card a turn. And Patrice says, fuck that. What's going to happen here is that every turn you're going to throw out your whole hand and then draw up again. So everything is like super transient. And it's really fun because you can just commit cards widely. You can use cards to boost your skills during tests. And so like it's like Faust. It's like they made Faust an identity. Like imagine a Netrunner identity that said every turn, maybe your hand size is 4, I don't know, but every turn draw 4 at the top of your turn, and at the end of your turn throw out 4. Like how fun that would be. It's obviously broken with Faust, but it would probably be pretty okay. She's Arister. I assume that's maybe Magic? You're fishing for Kagu. Yeah, no, we got a snare in here. Patrice is how I cope with Max being unplayable. Yeah, if you deck out an Arkham Horror, you take just like 1 horror damage. Unfortunately, there are some scenarios where if you deck out, you take 10 damage. There's just encounter cards that do that, so she's like kind of an issue. So watch out for that. Man, Afshar is so good against Amina because you can't break all of it because it's on HQ. Is it permanent horror? No, it's healable. It's like really not that bad. All right, they're gonna see 2 cards here. We honestly probably should have thrown out all the agendas. We're gonna lose. It's fine. We lost a long time ago and we queued this. Yeah, there you go. Oh wait, no, they're not here. Oh, I thought they were game point. Ah! Here we go. Oh fuck, shit. They have 1 card in hand and we top deck this. Four, 8, plus 4, and 10, 11. We need 12 credits. It's possible. I think they run archives now. Drew Conley, how's it going? Just hit the Elder Sign. And that comes back to Marvel Champions. Yeah, we lose. Just hit the Elder Sign. We were playing a scenario. It was the final boss or something. And we were in such a bad spot. And we were like, we should resign. Because that's a cool thing in Arkham Horror. In any story campaign, you can choose to resign. We were 1 turn away from winning. You can choose to resign. And resigning continues the story. Resigning chooses a story, but there's obviously implications of you running away from like certain problems. And we were in a really bad scenario where like we had 1 player who's playing Preston Fairmont, who is like a really weird character who basically has no skills, but can hopefully utilize money as a solution to all of their problems. You too. And we were like, we're fucked, guys. We're fucked. We're totally fucked. We should run away. We should turn around. We should go. And that was me. I'm kind of risk averse. And one of our players was like, we have a chance. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so difficult. And he's like, no, trust me. and he goes into this fight. He's like, I'll go first. If it fucks up, I'm fine. I'll die. It's fine. You just get defeated. It's not the end of the world. And he reaches into the token bag. Every time you do a test, you reach into this bag that's full of like negative numbers and pull out a modifier. And one of the like 20 tokens in the bag is this thing called an elder sign. And the elder sign is really good, obviously super rare, and it fires a unique ability on each character when they draw it. So Remy went for this, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I can draw the elder sign. I'm like, that's not a plan. You can't do that. It's a 1 in 20. He's like, I'm doing it. Fucking rips out the elder sign. Gets it. His elder sign is pay 2 credits, immediately succeed. He won a test that was like 1 against 9 on like the final boss on a scenario to get the lethal blow. We fucking lost our shit. Like we popped off. We were off the table for like 5 minutes easily, just like laughing. It was like the final scenario. This was to get like hopefully what we assumed to be the best ending. I think it was. But it was just like the coolest shit that like Remy realized, like, you know what? Wow, it's bad anyways. So like I'm gonna do this 1 in 20. And like that sort of palpable tension, be like, we're all sitting there like this, yeah, of course this doesn't work. But you're right, you probably should try it, and it works. It's just the coolest shit. It's so cool. Admittedly, Arkham can sometimes make you auto fail on like basic shit or hard shit, and that gets hard too. Those are the best moments, or when you lose 100% for no reason. Yeah, and that happens. Like sometimes it's like, okay, I'll fight this enemy, and then I'll do this, and I'll do this, and you have this like really tightly planned turn. You're going first, and you pull the first fight, and it's like an auto fail, and the thing retaliates on you, and you're like, oh fuck, it's a horror game, huh? I consistently lose every scenario in Arkham Horror when I play solo. Even when I win, I lose. Hey, the story continues, which is the most important thing. I resigned from the last mission of the core campaign. Let me tell you, I think a lot of people did that. There's like this absurd difficulty spike in the core campaign, specifically the last scenario. It's very, very hard to get like the quote unquote best ending. I think I've only done it once or twice. So, you know. Anywho, that's all for today. I think we talked more about board games than we played this terrible NVN deck. Hopefully that went okay. But hey, I actually have a cool deck. I'm going to record a video on Saturday just to give it a bit more intention, and then we'll put that out. We'll be back next Thursday. Pat should be around. It's the top of February, so that should be cool. That's all I got. So hey, huge thanks to everyone who played games against. Thanks to everyone hanging out in chat. Everybody watching the VOD. Yo, what up? Hopefully you like Marvel Champions, huh? Marvel Champions has a divider, which is cool, like a way to organize cards but no dividers. That's cool, because that's always the problem. They give you a Netrunner box and they expect you to fill it with stuff, and it has like one channel in it. I don't know. VK, thanks for streaming for the video. Fuck yeah, glad you're excited. That's all. We'll be back next week. Take care.